following is a presentation of the Arizona Cardinals Football Club and 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station.
You got chills yet, Wolf? You got chills yet over there, partner?
Welcome to Cardinals Archives, your ticket to classic Cardinals games of the past.
Touchdown, Cardinals!
Presented by Cigna, proud partner of the Arizona Cardinals.
Ball came out! Cardinals have it, Dansby! He's going to score!
We have just witnessed NFL history, legend, and lore.
Larry Legend does it again in the playoffs!
Simply one of the greatest wins in Cardinal franchise history.
The Cardinals advance to the NFC Championship game in one of the craziest games ever!
Ding dong, the witch is dead in Arizona.
Vinces lose 40, 30, goodbye!
Cardinal fans, do you believe this football team?
That's it! The Cardinals have shocked the world! Right but true! The Cards have done it! They're going to Super Bowl 43!
Here's Paul Calvisi.
Here we go. Cardinals Archives on the air. Paul Calvisi, Ron Wolfley, and the Cardinals on the road at Seattle. Stop right there, Wolf. When you're talking about the Cardinals at Seattle, no matter how lopsided the standings might be in either direction, you always know you're going to get a game. You know you're going to get the Cardinals' best game for whatever reason whenever they go up to Seattle.
There's no doubt about it, Paulie, especially in the BA era, right? Oh, my goodness, that was in play. The Cardinals would go up there, they'd win games, and then the Seahawks would come down. They would win games here in the Basin. For whatever reason, the Cardinals played fantastically in Seattle and vice versa. And even as bad as 2018 was, the Cards only lost by 3 points in Seattle, Paul, in 2018. Think about that.
Yeah, and that is saying something based on that 2018 campaign. So the Cardinals coming off a win the week before against Cleveland at home, Kyler over Baker, 38-24. Nobody was giving the Cardinals a chance because they had just ended a 6-game skid. They're going up to Seattle. I mean, the Seahawks are locked in a division race with the San Francisco 49ers. Not only the NFC West title on the line, Wolf, but they had playoff implications on the line.
Paulie, it was huge for Seattle, right? The Seahawks were in control to win a bye in the NFC going into Week 16, right? They were in control. They had something to play for in this game, and Big Red just crushed those hopes, man. I mean, this was no gimme game by any stretch of the imagination. And although Seattle was banged up, Paulie, Cliff Kingsbury's team was the more physical team, and that's why they won this game.
And everyone wonders, okay, what is it about Seattle? Because it's now 4 of the last 5 the Cardinals have won at Seattle. And my best explanation, being down on that sideline for the past 15 years, Wolf, is that this gets about as close to a big-time college atmosphere as you'll face in the NFL. It almost, we talk about Cardinals Archives, it almost puts the players in the hot tub time machine because they think about some of the heated college rivalries they have. They love going in, for whatever reason, these guys love going in, them against the world, all the Seahawks fans, the 12 screaming, you can't hear yourself think, and it's literally you against the entire stadium, and it just somehow brings out the best in the Cardinals as a team.
Well, it does, Paulie. It will as a player, right? That kind of animosity coming down on you. It gets you on point. It helps you to focus. But also remember this. My final thing about this game going into it, Paulie, was the fact the Arizona Cardinals dressed 4 tight ends.
That's right.
4 tight ends, Paul.
That's
this
right.
is the game they dress 4 tight ends.
13 personnel.
That's right. We saw 13 personnel as well. 1 back, 3 tight ends, right? They dressed 4 going in. And remember how this season started. It was 10 personnel. It was 1 back, no tight ends, 4 wide receivers. Here we go. The air raid was in full effect right there. And all the way to the end of the season, the offense was in a state of flux where in Week 16, they dressed 4 tight ends.
And you know what? Larry's not going to appreciate this, but are we sure it wasn't 5 tight ends? Because when Larry trucked KJ Wright at the goal line in this game, I mean, come on now, right? So,
Paul, don't give the game away.
You got to wait for that moment in this game. You got to wait for the Cardinals with darn near a team record in terms of rushing yards. You got to wait for what Chandler Jones did in this game. Are you kidding me? I'll tell you this much. A little hint here. He joined Reggie White and Carl Mecklenburg as the only 3 guys to do this. that's what would happen in this game as Chandler Jones against Russell Wilson, and it was a mismatch, Chandler Jones against that Seattle offensive line. And you know what? We even got a bow from Brett Hundley. Brett Hundley would come into this game, and he would take a bow. And that is all coming your way here on Cardinals Archives. Let's go ahead, settle in. It's Week 16 last season, Cardinals at Seattle, as we go up to the booth. Dave Pasch and Ron Wolfley.
Death, taxes, and a Cardinal road game at Seattle in December. When's the last time the Cardinals played in the Great Northwest? Anytime other than late December, it feels like. It's always cold and cloudy. The lights are on for a day game, and the loudest outdoor stadium in the NFL is ready to rock as a playoff team is on the cusp of perhaps grabbing a division title and the number 1 seed. Still a lot has to happen for the Seahawks. This game today actually doesn't mean anything in terms of who wins the division. Even if Seattle were to lose and be a game back of the Niners, if they beat San Francisco next week on Sunday Night Football, the Seahawks would win the tiebreaker regardless. But obviously seeding is at stake today, so the Seahawks need to win out. And they have a loss to New Orleans this year, so it's important for them to win out and get some help in order to get the number 1 seed in the NFC playoffs. Dave Pasch, Ron Wolfley here in Seattle. The Cardinals come into this game coming off a win against the Cleveland Browns. The Cardinals had lost 6 in a row. But that win, even though it was just 1 week, Wolf, seems like it did a lot of good. That it showed fans that the Cardinals are not going to quit, that they're going to fight. And I think you would agree with me that expect nothing more than a fight today from Kyler Murray and company up here in Seattle.
No, that's an astute observation, David, no doubt. I really, really love the way the Arizona Cardinals ran the ball last week. Going into that game, I believe they had to do that. They had to line up and control the line of scrimmage against the Cleveland Browns because the Browns had struggled so much to stop the run. Listen, that same formula applies here today for the Arizona Cardinals. If they want to make this game a competition as opposed to a coronation, if they want to make it a competition, they have to be able to run the ball here today. I like what I saw last week from Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, and hopefully it's going to apply to today.
That means Kenyon Drake, right? And David Johnson only got a few touches last week. They did throw him the ball, but it seems like Kenyon Drake is the running back of today, perhaps the future as well for this Cardinal team.
Kenyon Drake, no doubt about it, played and he balled out. I expect we'll see a lot of him here today.
No Bull Sideline Report brought to you by Earnhardt Hyundai North Scottsdale, proud partner of the Cardinals No Bull. Here's Paulie.
As Cliff Kingsbury said this week, if you look back at 2012, we led the SEC in rushing, man. That's foreshadowing. Cardinals going to come out here. I can't tell you how many guys told me when they looked at the game film from week 4 that they missed so many opportunities to run the ball. They're going to come out here, I think, and that's exactly where it's going to start. A lot of guys this week, including Fitz, talking about the physicality. If you want to win in Seattle, first, second, and third, you got to impose your will physically on this Seattle team. And the O-line here moments ago amped up beyond belief. So very curious to see what sort of tone they sent from the get-go in the trenches.
All right, Paul, Cardinals will get the ball first. Seattle kicking off right to left here to start the game. Jason Myers booting it from the 35-yard line to Pharaoh Cooper. A returnable kick from the 5. Cooper's got it. Straight ahead 10. Cuts left 15, 20. Got room. 25, 30, and up to the 34-yard line. It was the kicker that made the tackle, so a nice job there by Pharaoh Cooper and good blocking on the left side.
Boy, that was so well executed right there. They actually feigned a middle return and then broke it off to the left. A great job disguising those blocks by Pharaoh Cooper.
Kyler Murray, the only player in the NFL with more than 3,000 passing yards and 500 rushing yards. That includes Lamar Jackson. And he'll take his first snap here at CenturyLink Field from his 34-yard line. Kenyon Drake starting at running back, and David Johnson in the backfield with him. So we might see this a lot today with both guys. Now Johnson leaves the backfield. He motions wide to the right, joining Fitz and Kirk. Shotgun snap to Murray, and they run to the far side. Drake up to the 35 and slammed down there. Only a 1-yard run. Trey Flowers, the corner, made the tackle for the Seahawks on the play.
All right there, 21 personnel, but you have 2 running backs in the game and not a fullback, of course. 2 backs, 1 tight end. They ran behind the tight end, the outside zone, did it out of the gun.
Second down and 8 on the Cardinal 36-yard line against shotgun formation. 4 receivers, 2 right, 2 left. Drake in the backfield. Now Bird motions behind Murray's back to throw, fires over the middle. Fitz made the catch at the 40-yard line and wrapped up immediately, a 4-yard pickup. So it will bring up third down and about 4 now for Arizona. Opening minute here from Seattle.
Right there, that's going to be an important key as this game unfolds. Take what the defense gives you. Now the Arizona Cardinals in a 3rd and 4, a 3rd and manageable situation. I like the fact that Kyler just took what the defense gave him and popped it to Fitz.
David Johnson comes in for Drake in the backfield on 3rd down and 4. Now he flexes out wide to the left in the slot. 4 receivers, make it 5 now. 3rd and 4 in the Cardinal 40, empty backfield. Shotgun snap to Kyler Murray. 3-step drop, looks to the right, and his pass is batted down. Looked like his arm got hit as he tried to throw that football, incomplete, and so it will be 4th down.
A 4-man rush right there, 3 deep zone. 4 underneath, cover 3 being played by the Seattle Seahawks. That is a Pete Carroll staple right there. Ball batted down, trying to hit Christian Kirk. Would have been an easy completion and 1st down, I would imagine.
It was Rasheem Green who was pushing back the right tackle into Kyler Murray, and Green did a good job to get a piece of that ball. So the Cardinals go 3 and out. And here's the punt from the 30-yard line by Andy Lee. It's high in the air. David Moore signals for a fair catch and has it around the 11, so that's a good punt by Lee of about 50 yards. 13:27 to go in the first quarter, no score, and the Seahawks offense on the field for the first time. Russell Wilson, 28 touchdown passes, 5 interceptions, a quarterback rating of 109.
Well, you hate to go 3 and out, especially here. It's the wrong message to send early on. That immediately tells the Seattle Seahawks, oh, here we go. I think we all understand what's going to happen here. Blood in the water, metaphorically speaking.
First down for Seattle on its 11-yard line. Chris Carson, who's rushed for over 1,100 yards, almost 1,200. He's the lone setback. And Wilson will hand it off to him running off the left side. He's got a crease up to the 15, brought down by Peterson at the 21-yard line. As Patrick Peterson came up to make the tackle, and Carson just ripped right through his arms. It's a gain of about 10, and it is a first down.
Well, this is what the Seattle Seahawks love to do. They love to get in 11 personnel and run down situation. 1st and 10, 2nd and 1 to 6, 1 back, 1 tight end, 3 wide receivers. That time, they ran the ball away from Luke Wilson, the outside zone to the open end side behind that bunch formation.
First down on the Seattle 21. 2 minutes into the first quarter, no score. Wilson takes. They run Carson off the right side, and Budda Baker makes a nice backside tackle. He's going to the Pro Bowl as a safety. He's been to the Pro Bowl as a special teamer. It's a loss of about 3 at the 18-yard line.
Well, this is one of the things Vance Joseph loves to do, David. Walk Budda Baker down out of the secondary late and have him fire his gun. Come on a strong safety fire to the open end side, and that's what he did. Ran the play down from the backside.
2nd and 12 on the 19 of Seattle. Shotgun formation for Russell Wilson with 3 receivers in the game. 2 to the left side. Snap to Wilson. Stands in the pocket. Looks deep far side, and a catch made at the 41-yard line. And they're going to say that the receiver was down after the catch. It was Jacob Hollister who made an incredible grab. The ball looked like it was behind him, and he went up into the air to make the catch to the 39-yard line of first down.
And that was a great read right there. Man free being played right down the middle of the field. A seam route. A great throw by Russell Wilson.
11.5 to go in the first, no score. First down in the Seattle 39. Wilson fakes the pitch to the left, rolls to the right, and he's going to take off. Marsh grabs him and drags him out of bounds on the far side at the line of scrimmage. Nice play by Marsh that time. And no gain on the play, going to bring up 2nd down and 10. Let's check in with Paul.
The good news, bad news for the Cardinals defensive front is that they're a very good run-blocking offensive line, Seattle, not a very good pass-blocking offensive line. So as Chandler Jones is looking for 2 sacks to to tie his personal career high and the team record. That's good news for him. But it's a Seattle team that guys tell me is always committed to the run. Doesn't matter if they're down 2 scores, they will continue to run the ball.
And they just gave Marsh a sack on that last play. Now they run Carson up the middle, 45-50, and into Cardinal territory. Touchdown saving tackle by Thompson at the 45-yard line, but there was a bust somewhere in the middle of that Cardinal defense, led to a big run and almost a touchdown.
No. Twice now we've seen the Seattle Seahawks line up and run the ball in between the tackles right there. Mike Iupati, they actually pulled him, the left guard. A little trap. Haven't seen that in a long time. A trap up the middle of the field. Chris Carson runs the ball as well as any running back in between those tackles.
So first down and 10 at the 45-yard line of the Cardinals. Russell Wilson barking out the call, takes the snap, and it's a jet sweep near side, 40-yard line, 35. David Moore inside the 30 and brought down by Byron Murphy at the 26. A 19-yard run by David Moore. 10 minutes to go in the first, no score, but the Seahawks look like they're getting something out of this drive. They're inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, the future of the NFL before us on this very possession right here. Attack the middle of the field, north-south in a vertical way, and then also be able to attack horizontally. We just saw him do it right there. The Cardinals right now reeling.
So first and 10 at the 26-yard line of Arizona. Procise is the lone back. Wilson play action pass. Throws a deep ball left side for Moore in the end zone. Incomplete. Good coverage by Byron Murphy. And it looked like Moore put his hands on Murphy. But no call. 9:34 to go in the first. Second and 10.
I love to see that. A young corner like that. Byron Murphy lining up on the outside right. Even though we know that his natural position is going to be that slot corner to compete on the outside, playing man cover. That was man off, that technique from Byron Murphy, and he played it beautifully.
Second down and 10. They break the huddle, get to the line. Wilson takes the snap. Play action, rolls to the right, dumps it off far side. Turner caught at the 20, 15, 10, 5, and spun out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. It'll be first and goal for Seattle with 9:27 to go in the first. No score as of yet.
Oh my, right now you can see what happens when Russell Wilson has the full plethora of his offensive playbook in front of him. Right now they have anything they want. You can run the ball, you can throw the ball, you can use that play action. The misdirection right there to Malik Turner, perfectly executed. Cardinals have got to make a play if they want to keep him out of the end zone
They
here.
have 6 offensive linemen in the game. They bring George Fanton as an extra tackle. First and goal on the 3. Wilson in the shotgun takes the snap, and Pete Carroll called a timeout. Carroll had already run down the sideline. Before Seattle even broke the huddle, he was down there, so not sure he was anticipating calling a timeout. I'm assuming he was, and he does with 8:49 to go here in the first quarter, no score. But this is a group, personnel group we saw a lot at State Farm Stadium with George Fant coming in as that 6th offensive lineman.
Yeah, the Seattle Seahawks love to do that. Very much like a lot of other teams, the Baltimore Ravens, the Pittsburgh Steelers. They love to bring that 6th offensive lineman in. In the Baltimore Ravens, David, I've seen 7 offensive linemen. Oh, it's listen, when you want to run the ball in this north-south direction, that's what you do.
Well, they just took Fant out. They bring in a tight end, Hollister, and a fullback, Nick Bellore, a former linebacker, turned into a fullback. It is first and goal on the 3 for Seattle.
Seeing more and more of that as well. Guys that have not played the position traditionally lining up as fullbacks.
Is that blasphemous to you?
No way. Patrick Ricard for the Baltimore Ravens. What a brutal savage.
Carson is the setback. Bellore in front of him on first and goal on the 3. Wilson's going to pass, and he lobs it to Bellore, far side, caught it for a touchdown. Nick Bellore out of Central Michigan in his 9th NFL season gets the Seahawks on the board with 8:50 to go in the first.
Well, that is the 3rd play they drew up in the game of football. The old sprint pass. Go ahead and take a fullback. You get into the I formation or the offset I, whichever one, and you go ahead and run that fullback out into the flat and have a tight end run the corner route behind him. That's what Luke Wilson did. perfectly executed. Touchdown, Seattle.
Great drive by the Seahawks. Started on their 11-yard line after the Cardinals went 3 and out. Now Myers on for the point after from 33 yards away. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Seahawks 7, Arizona nothing. Back after this on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Healthy hearts love longer. They let you be there for all of life's most precious moments, big and small. That's why the expert cardiologists at Dignity Health never miss a beat. They work alongside a cardiology care team to guide you through whatever comes your way. It's our job to keep your heart in tip-top shape so you can be there for whatever greatness comes next. Find your doctor today at dignityhealth.org/heart. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Drowning can happen in the blink of an eye. So always be watchful around water. Assign an adult to have eyes on anyone near water, at any time, inside or out. Let's be water safe together. SRP cares about your safety as much as we do about bringing water to the valley. See more water safety tips at srpnet.com/watersafe.
Dave always wore the same gray shirt to work every day. Monday through Friday, gray, gray, gray. Then one day, Dave decided to switch things up and wear that Hawaiian shirt his mother gave him. And that's when Wendy in accounting took notice. You can make a difference when you switch things up too. Switch and save an average of $536. Contact a State Farm agent about our surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Average annual per household savings based on a 2019 national survey of new policyholders who reported savings by switching to State Farm.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals Radio Network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
Seahawks lead 7-0, 8:50 to go in the first quarter. They had 4 plays on their opening drive that went for 15 yards or more. And 2 of them were on the ground. Carson had a 16-yard run. David Moore on an end around a 19-yard run. Well, the opposite of what the Cardinals needed to have happen to start the game. 3 and out, and then they can't stop the run as Seattle takes about 6 minutes off the clock.
You know, we have seen this team, the Arizona Cardinals, be resilient in the past. Let's see if they can muster some of that resiliency and fight to the ground with blood under their nails the rest of this quarter. See if they're able to do that, David.
Like you wanted to do with the Seahawks color guy, Dave Wyman, who used to go up against.
Oh, goodness. You see the knots on my forehead? That's from Wyman.
That's from you lowering your head into his face?
What a beautiful thing that was.
Can't do that anymore, Wolf.
Nope.
Here's the kickoff, and they're going to pop it into play again on the near side. Cooper races forward, fields it on the 8, runs to the left at the 15, to the 20, to the 25, and dropped at the 30-yard line. That's 2 good returns, but a late penalty marker just came soaring in on the far side at the 29-yard line.
Oh, my goodness, was that late.
Amadi was dragging down Cooper. It looked like it was a clean tackle. That's the only reason I thought the flag was so late. Maybe they were calling a face mask, but this is going to be on the Cardinals, the Seahawks.
During the return, number 47, a 10-yard penalty, first down.
So that's on Ezekiel Turner. Spot foul, put the ball back at the 20-yard line. 8:45 on the clock, first quarter. Seattle 7, Arizona nothing.
Have to be able to run the ball.
Boy, it looked like a terrible call just seeing the replay, Wolf, on Turner. Drake in the backfield. 2 tight ends, 2 receivers to the left. First down to the 20 of Arizona. Shotgun snap to Murray, and he's going to hand it off to Drake off the right side. Big hole, 30-yard line, 35, 40, 45, 50. Near side, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! An 80-yard touchdown run by Kenyon Drake.
'Tis the season, David, to be jolly. Are you kidding me? Kenyon Drake on a 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends. Off the right side of the line. A massive hole, and Kenyon Drake takes it to the house, baby.
A guy the Cardinals signed mid-season has become arguably, other than Kyler Murray, their best offensive player. Kenyon Drake, an 80-yard touchdown run. That silences the crowd here. That drive took all of 17 seconds.
Oh, my goodness. There's the resiliency we wanted to see.
And the extra point by Zane Gonzalez is on the way, and it is good. Pro Bowl alternate Zane Gonzalez ties it up at 7. So according to Darren Urban at Cards Chatter, it's the longest run by a Cardinal since Andre Ellington 6 years ago against Atlanta. Let's check in with Paulie.
You see the touchdown dance? A guy who's in a contract year, and he did the old secure the bag and then put the money in the bag and put the bag over his shoulder, Kenyon Drake. And then he came to the sideline, and he went and mean-mugged the Seahawks fans, the 12s in the front row. And then he finally cracked a smile, and then the only guy with a bigger smile was Cliff Kingsbury. Came over and gave him a high five. And remember what Kingsbury said earlier this week? He said what he loved the most about Kenyon Drake, the explosiveness in short spaces. But then once he got into the clear, he was gone. And all the offensive linemen after last week, when he had 6.2 yards a carry and the Cardinals ran for 226 as a team, all the guys talking about how hard he runs and how that juices up the O-line when he's running guys over and he's not going down on first contact. And when he takes it to the house like that, Kenyon Drake's still smiling.
And the Cardinals kick off. Gonzalez puts it in the end zone for a touchback, so Seattle will come out for its second offensive possession. The Seahawks went the length of the field on their first and scored on a Russell Wilson touchdown pass to Nick Bellore.
Well, you can see what they did. They literally had 6 guys in the box, and they walked out that Sam linebacker into no man's land right in the middle of the line of scrimmage between that tackle and between the wide receiver. He was trying to split the difference. They brought him on a blitz, but the Cardinals ran away from that behind the 2 tight end set and gashed the Seahawks. I doubt we're going to see 6 in the box against 12 personnel again.
Kenyon Drake, 4 touchdowns last week and a touchdown here in the first quarter today. Tied at 7, 8:33 to go in the first. Chris Carson, the lone back for Seattle on first down in the Seahawks 25. Russell Wilson takes the snap, give to Carson up the gut, and he is pushed back by Corey Peters. Carson kept fighting for the ball, or fighting for more yardage, and lost the ball. It was recovered by the Cardinals, but they ruled that Carson's forward progress had stopped at the 27-yard line.
That was interesting because you did not hear a whistle, right?
Well, I can't hear it anyway. Can you?
Oh, yeah.
In this stadium?
I totally heard the whistle right there, yeah. They started blowing the whistle. That was interesting.
So 2nd and 8 for the Seahawks on their 27. Hassan Reddick is in the game, left outside linebacker. 7.5 to go here in the first quarter, tied at 7. Bunch formation to the left, blitz coming off the far side right. Pass to the near side, caught at the 30-yard line, out to the 35. And to about the 37-yard line is the tight end Hollister. They've targeted a couple times now. It's a first down gain of about 11 for Seattle.
Boy, that's just stealing right there for Russell Wilson. You line that bunch formation up to the left of Russell Wilson, send 2 guys up the field, and then the number 3 wide receiver just hits the flat. Russell put it on him.
First down on the Seahawk 38. Again, Carson, the deep back. Lockett in motion left to right. They run Carson off right tackle. Got a crease at the 40 up to the 45 and slammed down there. But a flag is down. George Fant standing over the Cardinals' Zach Kerr.
Holding. Offense. Number 82. 10-yard penalty. Remains first down.
It was actually on the tight end Luke Wilson, but it's a holding call nonetheless.
David, that's big. Get him behind the sticks now. 1st and 20. Move them back. Now, hopefully you can get off the field in this situation. Because, again, the Seattle Seahawks being able to run the ball, that just changes their offense and opens their playbook.
1st and 20 on the Seattle 28-yard line. 3 receivers to the right of Wilson, who's now in shotgun, flanked to his left by Carson. Chandler Jones standing up on the left side of the defensive line. Offside by the Cardinals. There was contact. Flag comes down. It was Karan Reed who jumped. There was contact, so no free play. The fans are booing, but when you have contact, you blow it dead.
Oh, my goodness. Just when you get him behind the sticks.
Neutral zone infraction defense. The 5-yard penalty remains first down.
Apparently the fans in Seattle don't understand the rules.
Man, that is, I know it's only 5 yards, but it's bigger than that. As a player mentally making mistakes like that, everyone knows the message that sends to everybody else. You know what? Hey, we're not ready to play because you made a mistake. Can't have it.
First and 15, Wolf on the Seattle 33. Trips to the right of Wilson, who's in the gun. Takes the shotgun snap. Quick give to Carson up the middle. Spins out of a tackle at the 30 and runs forward past the 35 to about the 38-yard line. So he gets 5 yards back. So it was first and 20. Now you're looking at second and 10 with 6 minutes to go in the first, and the game tied at 7. Got an injured Seahawk. It's Mike Upati, the left guard, former Cardinal.
Boy, Big Mike. He's always one of my favorite Cardinals. I mean, the guy, his attitude. Big Mike, he like to come off the ball with a dark heart.
Dave Pasch, Ron Wolfley, Paul Calvisi in Seattle. The game is tied at 7 with 6:08 to play here in the first quarter. Seattle at 11-3 needs a win to keep its hopes alive of getting the number 1 seed. Even if it loses today, can still win the NFC West with a win over the Niners next week here in Seattle. That game flexed to Sunday Night Football. A 5:20 local kick. Seattle with a second down and 10 on his 38-yard line. Carson in the backfield with Wilson, who's in shotgun. Tight end flex to the left and 3 receivers to the far side right. 8 in the box for Arizona. Shotgun snap to Wilson, fakes the run, straight drop back, dumps it off, wide open Carson far side. 45-50 into Cardinal territory, 45, and out of bounds at the 43. Just abysmal coverage that time by the Cardinals. Not sure what was going on there. Jordan Hicks was back way off. Nobody covering Chris Carson.
Well, the Arizona Cardinals just going ahead and playing a zone cover. 4 verts, 4 receivers down the field. The Seahawks love that in second and long situations, giving Russell Wilson the option to pull it down if they weren't playing zone. That time he just checked it down.
First down on the 42. They run Carson left side. Nothing on that left side. It was Kerr and Baker making the tackle together. No gain on the play, and Chandler Jones comes up holding his wrist, but looks to be okay. Going to stay on the field. 5 minutes to go here in the quarter, tied at 7.
Going back to that last play, David, think about it. You run 4 vertical routes, 4 receivers down the field, right? And now you're trying to read, are they playing man or zone? Because if they're playing man, Russell Wilson knows, hey, you know what, I'll pull this down and run if I have to. If they're playing zone, which means their eyes are on him, he's going to go ahead and try to hit the check down.
Second and 10 at the 42-yard line of Arizona. 2 receivers to the right, 2 tight ends in the game for Seattle. Cardinals crowd the box. They hand it off to Procise, off right tackle. Big hole, 40, 35, down to the 33. They are getting chunk plays on the ground against this Cardinal defense. And it's a gain of about 8 on the play. Going to bring up third down and short.
Well, and this is what they love to do as well. They're just running the tackle zone, the stretch play to the open end side or either behind the tight end. That is a play that Chris Carson runs incredibly well, and all the running backs for that matter. Tackle zone, open end side or behind the tight end, they love it.
Yeah, that was Procise, and he stays in the game for third down and a long yard with 3 receivers in the game. Ball at the 33 of Arizona. Wilson drops back to throw, lobs it far side, incomplete. Not on the same page, it looked like, with the tight end Hollister. They tried to sneak out of the backfield. It's 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to bring on the field goal team rather than go for it on 4th down and about 2.
Well, I love that right there. Vance Joseph dials it up a little bit. Brings the heat. Hassan Reddick, a free hitter coming to the right of Russell Wilson. And that's what he saw, and that's why he threw it out there. But Jordan Hicks was all over Hollister.
So Jason Myers will try a 52-yard field goal. A little surprised that Seattle's not going for it here, the way they've run the ball against the Cardinals so far. 3:51 on the clock in the first, tied at 7. Seahawks kind of reset, and now a stoppage of play. The play clock was at 1. Pete Carroll call a timeout. It was weird. Myers reset. He walked forward to the ball. They took a delay of game.
Okay.
Now they're going to punt. What was that about?
Boy, that tells me they were trying to see if, in fact, they were going to get a look. And if they got a certain extra point field goal block look, maybe they had a fake ready to go.
Well, Pete Carroll walked right over to the kicker Myers and had a conversation with him. But it was interesting because Myers reset. He walked forward towards the holder and then started to back up again. But that was totally botched by the Seahawks. The Cardinals will take it. And now they're going to punt the ball. Michael Dixon will boot it from right about midfield. Try to angle it to the far corner. It's over the head of Cooper and hits at the 4 and is down at the 1.
Wow.
Perfectly done by the Seahawks. But the Cardinals will take that, not having surrendered a point on that drive. We remain tied at 7 apiece. 3:44 to play. First quarter on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Although we've had to close our doors for a short period, this time has been spent wisely. We've been planning a safe and exciting homecoming for our guests. Now we are officially open and ready to celebrate the fun and authentic vibe of Gila River. Because we are stronger together. See you soon, Phoenix. Gila River Hotels and Casinos, now open. For more information, visit playathila.com.
Whether you're into being a part of this or more of something like this, SeatGeek has the tickets to the events in Arizona that you love. It's the easiest way to find, buy, and sell tickets. Plus, with their buyer guarantee, you'll get 100% of your money back or better from any event that's canceled. So the next time you're craving this, download the SeatGeek app and let's go. SeatGeek.
Get free checking and more with Desert Financial. There are no fees, no minimum balance, and you get more. Like an annual bonus, and more. Like cash back, and more. Like mobile apps, and more. Like voice banking, and more. You support the community. Life is busy. You have your hands full. But with Desert Financial, they're full of cash, convenience, community, and more. Make the switch today at desertfinancial.com/more.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals Radio Network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
So the Cardinals and the Seahawks are tied at 7. Arizona takes over on its 1-yard line after a great punt by Dixon. The ball is just shy of the 1. Cardinals, last time they had the ball, they handed it off to Kenyon Drake, and he ran 80 yards. Can he go 99?
You got to be so careful. You're inside your own 1-yard line right now. I don't think it'd be ridiculous just a quarterback sneak this thing to get a yard. And this is where you got to be happy Jadeveon Clowney is not in the game, because I promise you, he'd take a chance if, in fact, you're going to run the ball from this part of the field. He'd try to cross an offensive lineman's face and make a play in the end zone.
Kenyon Drake is lined up about 5 yards deep in the end zone. Murray under center takes the snap, and it's a play fake. He rolls to the right, and he's going to run, and he slides to about the 4-yard line. So he got 3 yards there, and I like that, right? Get some breathing room for your quarterback. Run pass option, gain of about 3 or 4.
Boy, that was a good call right there. Especially because he had Charles Clay coming across the formation, running into the flat. And that actually took the end man out of the line of scrimmage, the contained man, with him in coverage. That gave Kyler the opportunity to get some breathing room.
2nd and 6 on the Arizona 5-yard line. Murray in the gun, standing in the goal line. Drake is behind him. And some movement on the right side of the line. A flag down. Justin Murray, the right tackle, moved.
False start. Offense. Number 71. Half the distance to the goal. Remains 2nd down.
So another penalty that speaks to a lack of discipline. We've seen offside penalty and now a false start deep in their own end. Backs him up to about the 3. 2nd and 8. Actually, ball's just past the 2. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. And Kyler Murray in shotgun with Drake in the backfield. Snap to Murray, and it's a draw play to Drake up the middle. Finds a hole at the 5, out to about the 9-yard line. Brought down there, but a gain of 6. That was a great cut by Drake because there was a chance he was going to get tackled for a safety, and he cut to his left and got positive yardage.
Yeah, nice job right there. Justin Pugh in particular. Rough it up, Bobby Wagner. It's kind of hard to rough up that guy. Justin Pugh with a nice cover-up block.
2 minutes to go first quarter. We are tied at 7. 3rd and 2 for the Cardinals on their 9. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Drake in the backfield with Murray is in the gun. Charles Clay standing up as a tight end on the right side of the formation. Shotgun snap. Murray short set. Looking. Still has the ball. Pumps. Now fires over the middle. Caught. A first down. Clay made the catch at the 25-yard line. Great protection, allowing the Cardinals to pick up 16 yards. And it looks like for the first time in the game, they're going to go up tempo.
Boy, what a nice job right there. The offensive line standing tall again. Kyler Murray had all sorts of time to look down the field and finally saw Charles Clay on the end.
And Clay shaken up, hobbles to the sideline, so that keeps the Cardinals from going up tempo. They're going to have to call a timeout. They wanted to go up tempo. Clay then was hobbling, trying to get off the field. Could not.
Boy, did you see Kyler Murray going back to that play, David? The way that the poise that he showed in the pocket, standing tall in that pocket. His feet weren't all over the place. Oh, my goodness, chopping him up. He just settled.
7-7 ball game. 1:23 to go in the first quarter. The Cardinals have a 1st and 10 on their 25. This drive started on their 1-yard line. They just had to burn a timeout. They have 2 remaining in the first half. Seattle has 2 as well. Kenyon Drake in the backfield with Kyler Murray. Drake has an 80-yard touchdown run in this game. Max Williams at tight end. 3 receivers in the game. Snap to Murray. Fakes the handoff. Pumps. Looking deep. Has to step up now. Moving to his left. Lobs it far side for Fitz. Overthrown, incomplete at midfield. A little bit more touch on that ball, and it's a completion.
Well, once again, excellent protection for Kyler Murray standing in that pocket right now. The Seattle Seahawks, number 31 in sacks per attempt. They don't get a lot of pressure on a quarterback. The one thing they have been able to do is take the ball away from an offense, but excellent protection that time by the Cardinals offensive line again.
2nd and 10 on the Cardinal 25. They go with 2 receivers right. Kirk now in motion right to left, and they hand it to him on a jet sweep far side. The Seahawks read it, though, and he goes down. Bobby Wagner was there for the Seahawks. We could see that coming up here. No gain. 3rd down and long.
Yeah, Bobby Wagner's so good. Such a great Mike linebacker, such a great captain as well. Sniffed that play out from the very beginning, was not fooled at all.
3rd down and 10 of the Cardinal 25-yard line. Game is tied at 7. Final 40 seconds here of the first quarter. Shotgun set for Murray. Trips to his right. Drake in the backfield. Snap to Murray. 3-step drop in trouble and gets out of there somehow. Spins away from 2 defenders. Rolls right. Sidearms it near side. And a diving catch is made by Kirk. They're going to say he was out of bounds, though incomplete. He may have been short of the line to gain anyway. But still, how about that athletic play by Kyler Murray to keep that play alive?
Just absolutely incredible right there. Kyler Murray on a 4-man rush. Suddenly, the pressure is right in his face. Spins out of there. Actually had the wherewithal to find a receiver down the field. But listen, you know what? You got out of the Brown zone, and that's what you want to do when you're backed up inside your 1.
But a bad punt by Andy Lee. Wobbly kick far side that lands on the Cardinals sideline about the 40-yard line. Only going to be about a 30-yard punt.
Well, so much of the time, David, coaches will say that is a victory. You're backed up inside your own 1-yard line. You can get outside the 20. You can get to the 25 outside of your own Brown zone. That's a victory. But to your point, now you got a bad punt that gives the Seahawks great field position.
Andy Lee has been consistent for most of his career, but it seems like every other game this year he's had a really bad one. So first down on the Seahawk 40 with 19 seconds to go in the first quarter and a tie game, 7 apiece. Two receivers to the right of Russell Wilson. Shotgun snap, they run it. Budda Baker was coming on a blitz. They handed the ball off, and Baker made the tackle in the backfield for a loss of 1 on the play as Procise got walloped.
Boy, they handed that play off, and Procise, I guarantee you there are bits and pieces of him all over the 38-yard line right now. Just blasted.
And that's the end of the first quarter with the game tied 7 apiece on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Introducing Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar. Full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero. 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
Combining home and auto with State Farm gets you a whole lot covered for less. But this State Farm radio ad gets you this jam covered for free.
Cover it all, but nothing at all. I want my premiums to fall by combining policies for home and auto. Cover it all. And
for more coverage, visit statefarm.com.
Whoever you are, whatever you do, there's a Ford for you. Our 2020 lineup of trucks and SUVs comes with features you need to navigate life with ease. Like the F-150, the best-selling truck for 43 years in a row. Or the Ranger with the toughness of an F-150 and a frame that fits in your garage. If you want safety and luxury, the Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV, is right for you. Your new Ford is waiting at your Desert Ford dealers. Ford, designed for the desert. Based on 1977 to 2019 CY sales. Based on HIS market, 1946 to current U.S. total new cumulative registrations for all vehicles identified as SUVs.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals Radio Network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
Here's Paul.
How about starting Pro Bowl safety Budda Baker? He's got 4 tackles already, 2 tackles for loss. That's 15 tackles for loss on the season, 129 tackles on this year. And you knew he was ready to play when he walked in that all-red suit. I mean, Santa's got nothing on Budda, who's from here. He used to train with the Legion of Boom in college, and he's mic'd up.
And with that negative play by Budda, it's 2nd and 11 on the 39 of Seattle. Russell Wilson throws to the right, a diving chance for an interception by Thompson, but it's incomplete. He made a great break on a ball intended for Tyler Lockett and almost picked off Russell Wilson, who's only thrown 5 interceptions all season.
Well, the Seahawks like to do that a lot of times on second down in long situations. Just try to get 5-6 yards back. That time they had 11 personnel. They motioned from a trips formation over to a 2x2, trying to hit Lockett in the flat on the out route right there, and Jalen Thompson broke on that ball.
7-7 is the score, 3 seconds into the second quarter. 3rd and 11 for the Seahawks on their 39. Empty set. Shotgun snap. Russell Wilson back to pass. In trouble from the pocket and sacked by Chandler Jones, number 16 on the year. He got Wilson down at the 30-yard line for a loss of 9.
Oh, he's down on one knee right now. Got the windmill going. That was no back wax by the professor with a PhD on back waxing. That time he tripped him up as Russell Wilson tried to get to the outside of Chandler Jones and somehow, some way stuck that leg out there and got his hand on him, tripped him up. Great
Jamarco
play.
Jones, the left tackle, was getting stood up by Chandler Jones, and then Jones looked like he went to the ground thinking this is the only way I can tackle Russell Wilson. Here's Pharoh Cooper on the punt return at his 20. Runs up the middle to the 25 and brought down around the 28. But going back to that play by Chandler Jones, it looked like he had the leverage, Wolf, and was smart enough to say, you know what, the only way I'm going to get this guy down is if I go down.
Yes.
He went to the ground and made the play.
No, you're right about that. Stuck that right paw out there and tripped him up. Boy, that is, well, you like the way the Cardinals have fought back here. a little bit of that resiliency we were talking about. Man, it didn't start well. A 3-and-out offensively. Then the Seahawks went right down the field, scored a touchdown. It looked like here's the coronation. Now it's turned into that competition we were talking about.
1st and 10 on the Cardinal 29-yard line. Shotgun formation for Kyler Murray. Takes the snap, give to Drake. Up the gut, got room at the 35, sprints to his left, and he's out to the 39, maybe the 40. Got the first down before he's brought down. Minute gone by here in the second quarter. The game is tied at 7. A run of 10 yards for Kyler Murray. He went backwards after he got the first down, but still was enough to move the chains.
There it is, 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends. Line up Larry Fitzgerald to the right of those 2 tight ends that lined up butt to butt, and then you ran the inside zone. Great cutback by Drake.
3 receivers left, including David Johnson. Shotgun snap to Kyler Murray. He's got the ball, throws a deep pass, far sideline, and over the throw. Christian Kirk, the intended receiver, down the far sideline at the 30, and had Akeem King running with him, and that was a line drive pass that Kirk was not going to catch.
That right there was a Sicilian message, I think. You know what that is, right, David? A Sicilian message right there. You just want to let them know, whoa, we will throw the ball down the field. You've got to do that from time to time. Just like you've got to run Kyler Murray and let him know we will do it, you also got to take a shot.
I'd love to see a little bit more air under that ball, though, to give his receiver a chance. Mason Cole comes in here, an extra offensive lineman. They hand it off to Johnson up the middle, and he's brought down to the 40-yard line. So a gain of only 1 for David Johnson on his first touch of the day. Yeah, Mason Cole at right guard. I said an extra offensive lineman. Cole is in there for J.R. Sweezy, and this has happened the last month or so. We've seen Cole getting some work. Sweezy's been banged up at times this year. 3rd down and 9 for the Cardinals. 2 minutes into the second quarter, game tied at 7. Ball on the Cardinal 40. 2 receivers right, Isabella split left. Murray back to pass, straight drop back, looking. Now dumps it off to his check down. Williams on the far side, caught at the 45, and he can't break a tackle. Brought down at about the 48, a yard shy of the first down. Maybe the Cardinals will go for it here on 4th and 1.
Max Williams somehow, some way made this close. It was a little check down. It looked like the Seahawks playing a zone were going to be all over it. Broke a tackle and then somehow slithered to 2 other Seahawks to make this close.
But they are going to punt it. They got to get about 1.5 yards. Andy Lee standing at his 35-yard line. He's got it, steps into it, and it's off the side of his foot and goes out of bounds around the 30 for a punt of about 20 yards. So that's back-to-back bad punts by Andy Lee. Game is tied at 7 with 12:06 to play in the first half. 1st and 10 for Seattle on its 31. The Seahawks looked like they were the dominant team early on, but then in one play, everything changed. That 80-yard touchdown run by Kenyon Drake. Since then, it's been evenly matched. Questionable decision by Pete Carroll to, first of all, try a field goal on 4th and 1 and then botch it and have to punt the ball. And then 2 bad punts by Andy Lee don't help. And Seattle's got the ball. Instead of having it around its 10-yard line, it's got it at its 31.
Psychologically as well, David, it is a big difference.
6 offensive linemen, and so Fant is lined up to the right of the right tackle. They bring Lockett in motion right to left, and it's play action for Wilson, and he throws it far side out of bounds, incomplete, as Karan Reed had some pressure that time on Wilson, who got sacked the last time he was on the field. 2nd and 10.
A great job right there on 1st down, actually bringing pressure and getting to Russell Wilson. He just threw that ball away, David.
Yeah, Chandler Jones was there first and then Karan Reed. Jones just got the sack on the last possession. So it's 2nd and 10 of the Seahawk 31. Carson and Wilson to the backfield. DK Metcalf, who's been matched up on Pat P to the near side. He's been quiet. Lockett wide left. Wilson to throw. Now moving out of the pocket, rolling right, and just hoists it up in the air out of bounds near side, incomplete. Hassan Reddick with pressure that time. So 3 straight plays going back to the last series where the Cardinals get pressure on Wilson, and it's 3rd and 10.
Now this is the thing they struggle with. Once again, trying to protect Russell Wilson, moving out to his right, just threw that ball again away. Back-to-back right there. And Hassan Reddick, how about that? Little pressure right there, flashing on the edge.
Kind of interesting. It looked like Russell Wilson maybe didn't need to leave the pocket, and when he did, Hassan Reddick was there. Game tied at 7, 11:55 to go second quarter. 4 receivers set. Budda Baker comes down into the box. Wilson in shotgun on 3rd and 10 from his 31. Snap to Wilson. And a flag down. I think it's a dead ball foul. Yep, movement by Seattle.
False start. Offense. Number 65. 5-yard penalty remains. 3rd down.
Jermaine Ifedi, the right tackle, came out of his stance too soon.
They were bringing 5 right there as well, playing man free. Man across the board with a free safety in the middle of the field. Now you got 3rd and 15. A lot of times the Seahawks love to run that 4 vertical routes down the field. Let's see if they do it here.
Ball on the Seahawks 26, 3rd and 15. They go with 3 men to the right, 2 to the left. Wilson by himself in the backfield, 4-man rush. Here comes Cassius Marsh, and another sack. It's Chandler Jones getting his 2nd of the day and 17th on the year as he smokes Russell Wilson back at the 15-yard line.
Oh, the beautiful thing about that as well, David, just a 4-man rush. That is the best part, my goodness. The entire goodness of defensive football opens up when you can rush 4, drop 7, and get pressure. And the Cardinals all over Russell Wilson. And Chandler Jones getting 17.
There's the punt to Pharoh Cooper, and it's a good one. Cooper racing backwards. He's at his 22 and fields it there. Cuts left to the 25, gets the 30-yard line, and knocked out of bounds at the 35. Ran out of room, or he might still be running. Chandler Jones tying the franchise record, which he set for single-season sacks, 17. Going to the Pro Bowl for the 2nd time as a Cardinal, 2nd time in 3 years. Nobody has more sacks in the NFL since Chandler Jones became a Cardinal 4 years ago.
Unbelievable.
11:08 to play till halftime, 7-7 on the Cardinals radio network. 15 to the 10. Murray's going to score. Touchdown. Some Murray magic for Arizona.
Looking for the latest Arizona Cardinals gear? Visit shop.azcardinals.com for the largest selection of Cardinals gear around. Special offers are available daily. Shop our world-class assortment of over 3,000 Cardinals items.
It doesn't get any better than that.
Visit shop.azcardinals.com today.
Throws near side defense. Caught. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Going for a walk, playing hide and seek with your kids, hiking with your friends. What will you do when you lose the weight? The experts at the Dignity Health Weight Loss Center are ready to help you find the new you, supporting you at every step of your surgical weight loss journey. Learn more at dignityazweightloss.org. Dignity Health, including Mercy Gilbert and St. Joseph's Westgate. Hello, human kindness.
Introducing Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar. Full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero. 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals radio network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
Maybe the best trade in Cardinals history, although Carson Palmer probably is the best one. But still, a 2nd-round pick for Chandler Jones, who has more sacks than any player in the National Football League since 2016. He has 2 in this game, 17 now on the year. We are tied at 7 with 11:08 to play in the first half.
Chandler Jones, Chan. He's got that kung fu, whatever, hand movement, jiu-jitsu. Does a great job with his technique and his leverage in his hands.
Mason Cole still in the game, but this time at left guard. Sweezy at right guard, so no Justin Pugh right now. First down on the Cardinals 35. Shotgun snap to Murray, going to run it. It's Drake straight ahead. Makes it to about the 38, picking up 3 yards. It'll bring up 2nd and 7.
I love that. It's a thing of beauty right there. That, in essence, in this offense, that's like lining up in 2 tight ends and running 22 and 23 double that BA used to run all the time. That time they just lined up in 11 personnel, 1 back, 1 tight end, ran the inside zone.
Now they have 4 receivers in the game for 2nd and 7 on the Cardinal 38. Murray waiting for the shotgun snap. He's got it. Stands and takes off running straight ahead of the 40 and slides down to about the 42-yard line. He didn't slide feet first. He kind of slid sideways, picked up about 4 yards on the play. So 3rd down and 3, and the Cardinals might be in 4-down territory. Let's see what happens here. 3rd and 3, they bring in the tight end, Dan Arnold, who had a touchdown last week.
Now he's running to the, oh no, he broke the huddle early. How about that?
Arnold is flexed out wide to the right with single coverage. Don't be surprised they throw it that way. 3 receivers to the left of Murray. 3rd and 3 on the Cardinal 42. 9:50 to go in the half, tied at 7. Snap to Murray. He's going to throw to the left side to Cooper. Caught it at the 42 and spun down by Wagner. Maybe a gain of 1. It's 4th down and 2, and Andy Lee will have to come back on the field for another punt, as last 2 have been less than desirable.
Oh, looked out there, actually saw trips formation, thought he had numbers right there. Only 2 guys out there in the slot. He thought he'd throw it out quickly to Pharaoh Cooper, but Bobby Wagner made the play. If Pharaoh Cooper goes outside of Larry, he's got a shot.
And the punt by Andy Lee, much better. Moore is under it, and fair caught at the 6-yard line. 36-yard punt, no return. 9:12 to play. First half. Checking with Paul down on the field.
That banged-up Seattle offensive line is without former Cardinal Mike Upati, who's still out. He went out early in this game with a neck injury. His return is considered questionable. Of course, Charles Clay has sat out the last couple of possessions for the Cardinals offense, the tight end. He has a knee injury, and his return is questionable.
Thank you, Paul. Seattle has gone 3 and out the last 2 possessions. They are 0 for 3 on 3rd down. The Cardinals defense has held them to 114 yards. And remember, they had 89 on 1 drive. Game's tied at 7 with 9:12 to go in the half, Wolf.
Yeah, really have done a great job. We were talking about it, just showing some type of resiliency after that awful start. 3 and out, and then allowed Seattle to go right down and score a touchdown. And ever since, man, they have balled out.
First down in the Seattle 6. Chris Carson, the deep back. Wilson's going to hand it off to him, and Carson running up the middle is in trouble. He's able to use his power and keep the feet moving and get out to about the 8-yard line before Hicks wraps him up. Gain of just a couple.
A good job once again. Buda Baker coming down late, actually making a play. I'm sorry, no, it wasn't Buda Baker making that play right there, but a good job of gap integrity across the board. Doing a good job getting off blocks, keeping them to just a couple.
Metcalf wide left. Patrick Peterson matched up on him. 2nd and 8 from the 8. They run it. Right side Carson up to the 10 and to the 15-yard line. Looked like somebody went for a strip maybe at the 10 and didn't wrap up, and it gave Carson additional 5 yards. He comes up short, though, of the line to gain, so a huge 3rd and 1 here at the 8-minute mark in the first half.
Well, a good job by Buda Baker coming up, too, and stuffing him after he squeaked through. It was amazing to watch Chris Carson. He was covered up, looked like he had nowhere to go, and then he squeaked through, found the seam. Buda Baker came up with force.
C.J. Prosise comes in for Carson at the running back spot on 3rd and 1 for Seattle on its 15. Wilson out of the pistol, 2 receivers to his right. Snap to Wilson, handoff, and Zach Kerr is all over Prosise in the backfield, throws him aside at the 13-yard line for a loss of 2. So another negative play produced by the Cardinal defense to force a punt. The Seahawks are 0 for 4 on 3rd down.
And that is with 6 offensive linemen in the game. They brought George Fant, as you said, down again. They were trying to run behind him, stuffed at the point of attack. Corey Peters doing a great job, at Zach Kerr cleaning up.
Dixon to punt. He's 2 yards deep in his end zone. And a flag down. Movement by Seattle. It's a good thing because Dixon crushed that ball.
number 27. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
That was going to be about a 60-yard punt. So now they back it up 5 yards. 7:14 to go in the half. Tied at 7. Cardinals going to get the ball back with 2 timeouts remaining.
Boy, I'll tell you what, it looked like they were all over that 3rd and short play right there. They knew they were going to run behind George Fant, and you had them take a chance, those defensive linemen, and make a play.
Dixon has it, kicks it, and it's short. Cooper under it. He's going to field it on the run at the 47 of Seattle. Runs right to the 40, at the 35 and the 30. Oh, flags are down. Cooper's at the 10, the 5, and dives out of bounds at about the 4-yard line, but it's coming back. There were 3 penalty flags down. Cardinals still should get decent field position, but unfortunately, 3 markers are down all in the same spot, the 43 of Seattle.
Well, it's an excellent reminder of what happens when you mishit a ball and you hit a line drive and the return man gets it immediately. What happens is you got guys who are getting the release from the punt return team.
During the return, personal foul, blindside block, return team number 47. It's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Arizona.
2nd penalty on Ezekiel Turner.
The problem is, as a punt cover guy, you're getting your release from the guy that's trying to block you, and suddenly the punt return man has the ball. And once he has the ball, oh my goodness, you're able to get picked off a lot sooner and a lot easier, and that's the reason why it opened up for Pharoh Cooper on a wall return that quickly.
7-7 score, 6:57 to go in the first half. 1st and 10 on the Arizona 46. 2 receivers near side, 2 tight ends and 1 back. Kenyon Drake. Kyler Murray brings Kirk in motion left to right. Snap to Murray. Run play off the left side. Drake dumped at the 48, only a 2-yard gain. Going to bring up 2nd down and 8.
I like that right there. Again, 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends. Line them up to the right. The Cardinals have run behind those 2 tight ends when they were lined up. As a matter of fact, that's where Kenyon Drake scored his 80-yard touchdown. This time they run away from him.
Now Mason Cole's at center. He's played 3 different positions today. Snaps it to Kyler Murray. He's in trouble. Gets hit, but steps up. At the 50, runs left to the 45, and has the 1st down as he tiptoes the sideline, stepping out at the 41. That was a great run by Kyler Murray. First to avoid a sack, and then get positive yardage and move the chains.
Oh, the mighty Kyler Murray right there on the blitz. Got away from the blitzer, then moved out, used those little eggs. Beat those eggs, baby. Chop it up.
1st down to the 41, 6 minutes to go in the half. Under center is Murray in Seattle territory. 2 tight ends to the left. And here comes an end around to Cooper, who's looking to throw it back to Murray. Throws it back to him. He catches it to the 50, runs left to the 40, 35, 30, at the 25, and then dives to the 23. It was actually a backwards pass by Pharoh Cooper. Don't know if that was the design to throw it backwards. So it ends up being a run play for Kyler Murray instead of a reception, but who cares? It's a gain of about 17 yards.
That is one of those plays you say, what are you doing? Yes! Yes! Oh my goodness! The execution by Kyler Murray on that with his legs.
2 receivers right, 2 tight ends left. 1st down on the Seattle 24. Cardinals looking to take the lead on a direct snap. It's Drake running left, and he gets trampled at the 20-yard line. Got 3 or 4, though, on that 1st down play. We're inside 5 minutes to go now here in the first half, and the game tied at 7.
Boy, how about this? The Arizona Cardinals came here, and they are competing. Overcame that slow start. We keep talking about it, and now they are competing with a little student body left. A direct snap to Kenyon Drake that time. Kyler Murray with the fake.
David Johnson in the game, and he's lined up as a receiver. I think he's only been in the backfield twice. The other times, he's either started at receiver or been in the backfield and then flexed out. 2nd and 7 on the 21 of Seattle, empty set. Shotgun snap. Murray looking over the middle. Still has the ball in the pocket, steps up to run, and then dumps it off at the left second. A catch made by Fitz at the 15, runs left to the 10 to the 5, dives to the end zone. Touchdown! Kyler Murray threw the ball about a foot ahead of him and Larry Fitzgerald stabbed it and then did the rest with his feet, scoring a touchdown to give the Cardinals the lead.
Oh, my goodness, there is no way Larry Fitzgerald caught that ball. Stabbed it out of the air from Kyler Murray with one hand. And then pointed Larry, smell the end zone. Got it in, baby.
4:16 to go in the half. They are, as all scoring plays are, reviewing this one here. Did Fitz get in? I think he did. I think looking at replay, his knee.
Oh, he broke the plane.
Yeah, broke the plane before the knee hit, and so it is a touchdown for Larry Fitzgerald. The pass that in the air was about a yard.
How did he catch the ball?
I know.
Stabbed it with one hand, knocked it into the air with one hand, and caught it. I'm stunned. That is amazing.
What a play by Kyler Murray, too. The extra point try is on the way, and it's good. Well, we said it going into the game. Kyler Murray seems to have played better on the road. Maybe he just likes this type of setting, the adversity, everybody against you. The crowd is loud. And Murray had a 17-yard run. They made a great play to keep that drive alive, then sidearmed it again a yard downfield. Fitz batted it in the air to himself, and then he ran over two Seahawks into the end zone for the go-ahead touchdown.
I have to tell you that Larry Fitzgerald has done a lot of amazing things. I think we'd all agree. We've seen him do some incredible things. That right there on this unbelievable play where he just stabbed it. The fact that he knew what Kyler Murray was going to do. It was only about a 3-yard pass.
Not even that. But I think what I'm thinking big picture, this says a lot. If you're a Cardinal player, and you just scored on that play, you say, hey, this kid can do anything.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, it's a statement going forward that, hey, we've got a guy at quarterback that can do anything. And it lifts everybody else. Short kickoff going to be taken by Homer on the 2. He runs to the left of the 10, and he gets hammered at the 17-yard line. There were about 6 Cardinals down there. Chris Banjo was the first guy. And so the Seahawks are backed up inside their 20 with 4:11 to go in the half. 14-7 Arizona. The Seahawks went 3 and out, and then Kyler Murray had a 10-yard run, 17-yard run, and the 21-yard touchdown pass to Larry Fitzgerald, which really was about a 2-yard pass that then Fitz ran for 19.
Most important kickoff you're going to cover is the one after you score, especially to take the lead. Go down and deck the halls with balls of bloody. That is the way you play, baby.
And the Seahawks have gone backwards their last 3 drives. On first down from the 18, play action pass for Russell Wilson. He steps up to run. There's nowhere to go. He's in trouble, and he goes down at the line of scrimmage at the 18-yard line.
Oh, Jan was looking. The back waxer, the professor, he was looking. No doubt about it. Was that a sack? Where'd they mark that ball?
It'll be a tackle, but no gain. So second down and 10 on the 18-yard line of Seattle. Cardinals came to play today. Remember, Seattle fighting not just for the division, but home field advantage in the NFC playoffs. So a loss today would really hurt their chances of getting the number 1 seed. But they could still, even if they lose, win the NFC West by beating the Niners here next week because they have the tiebreaker. Even though they're a game out, they beat them up in San Francisco. Seahawks run the ball off the right side, and a big hit by Budda Baker at the 26-yard line. The Cardinals have been much more physical than Seattle. Seahawks are going to be faced with a 3rd and short. Inside 3 minutes to go in the half. 14-7 Arizona.
Oh, my goodness. Budda Baker just stuffed Procise in a stocking. How's that for a stocking stuffer? He came down out of the secondary and ripped him. Wow.
3rd and 2 on the Seattle 26. Wilson out of the gun, takes the snap, stands, throws to the left. It's caught, and Jalen Thompson with a great tackle on Hollister. I don't think he got the first down. He may have stretched the ball out at the last second to move the chains. We'll see where they spot the ball with 2:30 to go in the half.
Oh, my goodness. The Arizona Cardinals came to play, roughing it up right there with a strong tackle by Jalen Thompson.
By the way, Wolf, they're going to punt, but the play that Chandler Jones made, they are ruling it a sack. So that's 3 sacks for Jones and 18 on the year, a new franchise record.
Oh, my goodness.
I thought that Hollister got the first down, by the way. They're measuring, but
he was down, David.
Michael Dixon, the punter, is out there.
He was down.
You don't think he stretched that arm out? Okay.
His knee hit.
They measured, he got the first down. Maybe the Cardinals will challenge that with 2:23 to go in the half. It would have to come from Cliff Kingsbury. We're not inside 2 minutes yet. But the Seahawks thought he was short. They had the punt team out there.
Wow, I thought his knee was down. Yeah, as a matter of fact, they cut the replay because it was going to show that he was down. Here it comes. Cliff's looking.
Well, we have the booth right next to us, and Cliff just threw the challenge flag. So somebody up here in the Cardinals booth that's in charge of that told Cliff to throw the challenge flag, and he did. So
his left knee, I believe, is down before he stretches the ball out. And I think they had a clear shot of it as well.
Arizona is challenging the ruling on the field of a first down.
Let's go down to Paul.
I'll tell you, Vance Joseph, about as emphatic and demonstrative as I've seen him. As soon as the play was made, he was fired up, fist pumping, he's yelling. He thought for sure that was short of the first down. And then when they marked it, he started yelling at the sideline official, "Are you serious? Are you serious?" And so he's in complete disbelief here that they marked it where they did, because that play was right in front of the Cardinals defensive coordinator. And right now he's talking with Jordan Hicks and company, but it's he's as into this one, and I don't know what adjustments they made after that first series where the Seahawks went down the field, but whatever they did, and I think it includes a lot of what I've been hearing the D linemen talking about, pass rushing as a group was what they've been talking about. It's been effective.
Chandler Jones has 3 sacks. They have been, since that first drive, all over Russell Wilson. And looking at the replay, I agree with what Wolf said. The left leg was down before the ball crossed the plane. So this should get overturned. The Cardinals would get the ball back with 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, leading 14-7, 2:19 on the clock right now in the first half.
Man, I'll tell you, it all starts with the Arizona Cardinals controlling the line of scrimmage. Exactly what they did not do on that first possession. The Seahawks, bada bing, bada boom, went right down the field for an easy possession on an easy touchdown. And it looked like, oh boy, here we go. They have tightened that line of scrimmage up. That is the difference in this game.
Still go back to that touchdown. I mean, how many guys in the NFL would have made that play that, first of all, Kyler Murray made, and then Larry Fitzgerald? That's in the NFL, it's what has made the Patriots great. Throws that not many guys other than Tom Brady can make, that Brady has made to win Super Bowls. And I mean, there's so many good players, there's so many teams that are solid, but when you have guys that are difference makers like Kyler Murray showed on that previous play, it does wonders for the entire organization.
After review, it was determined that the runner's knee was down a half a yard short of the line of game. It's 4th and half a yard. Clock operator, please set the clock to 2:44. 2:44 on the game clock, and it will start on my whine. Thank you.
And again, it was interesting that Dixon, the punter, was out there. I mean, Seattle thought he was down.
Yes.
Initially.
Let me tell you right now, Cliff is good with that red flag now, right?
4 straight 3-and-outs forced by the Cardinals defense. So again, 2:44 on the clock. It will start on the ready for play, and I would imagine the Seahawks will take the clock down before snapping it because the Cardinals are going to have 2 timeouts and the 2-minute warning to work with. And some movement by one of the gunners. That's going to stop the clock.
Offense, number 27. 5-yard penalty, remains 4th down.
That is a big deal.
Marquise Blair, and you know the Cardinals had punt safe. They had Patrick Peterson out there. Now they can actually get their special teams out there and take the defense off the field.
That's exactly why that is a big deal right there. Punt safe, now you go with your punt return.
And then the Seahawks snap it right away. They didn't need to do that. Dixon with a wobbly kick. Cooper is under it, fields it on the 37, cuts to his right at the 40, and steps out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So the Cardinals in good shape with 2:26 to go. The Seahawks could have taken the clock down another 20 seconds before They punted that ball. Like an article of clothing on the field, but not a penalty flag. Not sure what that is. It's somebody's mouth guard. The official just took it. Now it's a piece of tape. The official took it, tried to throw it up in the air, and it got caught in the wind. It's still on the field. All right, 1st and 10 on the Cardinal 45. 2:26 to go in the half. 14-7 Arizona. Big possession. Shotgun snap. Kyler Murray back to pass. Wide receiver. Screen to the left is tipped and incomplete at the 40-yard line. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 as Murray tried to throw that ball to his left, and Ziggy Ansah got a piece of it.
Yeah, right here. Like to see the Cardinals use up the last 2 minute plus on the clock right here. Maybe that was one of the reasons why the Seahawks didn't want it to tick down.
2nd and 10 on the 45. 3 receivers left. The 5 offensive linemen who started the game are back out there. They've been rotating Mason Cole into different positions. Murray back to pass. A screen to the left to Drake. Caught at the 40. Runs right 45 to the 50. And into Seattle territory at the 47. So that's a gain of about 8. The clock is moving. It'll be 3rd down and short, and the Cardinals will likely let this wind down to 2 minutes.
Boy, they executed that beautifully. They knew the pressure was coming to the right of Kyler Murray, and they threw that play out to Kenyon Drake to the left. Perfectly executed. I'm surprised he didn't get the 1st down, knowing how well Kenyon runs in the open field and then finishes those runs.
2-minute warning, 14-7 Arizona on the Cardinals Radio Network.
The pandemic has tested you in every way, challenging your mind. But you've shown heart and grit and courage. Your effort and sacrifice are bringing promise and hope. When so many people are working so hard together, we can climb any mountain and win. So thank you, Arizona. Cigna and the Cardinals are with you. All Cigna products and services are provided exclusively by or through operating subsidiaries of Cigna Corporation, including Cigna Health and Life Insurance Company or its affiliates. Shop Albertsons Safeway for all your grocery needs. Looking for a quick dinner? Try our hand-breaded fried chicken. Add a salad for the perfect game plan to an easy meal. Stop by our meat department for additional meal ideas. Our butchers will happily custom cut your meat to order. Don't forget to pick up one of our delicious cakes for dessert. At Albertsons and Safeway, we believe in low prices and local values. Proudly serving Arizona since 1928, we are proud sponsors of the Arizona Cardinals.
Bring on the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event. You'll find great deals on SUVs and sedans, with more IIHS Top Safety Awards than Honda or Toyota brands when equipped with optional front crash prevention and specific headlights. Hurry into the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event.
Right now, get a Tucson or Santa Fe for 0% APR for 72 months, plus no payments for 90 days. See your Valley Hyundai dealer today. Proud partner of the Arizona Cardinals. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Call 480-500-7931 for complete offer details.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals Radio Network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
2 minutes to go in the first half, a 3rd and 1 for Arizona on the Seattle 46. The Cardinals trying to keep the drive alive. If they punt it back to the Seahawks, they have 2 timeouts remaining. The Cardinals have 2 timeouts left. Arizona leads at 14-7. 2 receivers to the left of Kyler Murray and 3 to his right. So an empty backfield. Murray waiting for the shotgun snap. He's got it, a 4-man Seattle rush. Murray from the pocket, looking, now moving to his right, being chased. He's at the 50, heads for the sideline and gets pushed out by Bobby Wagner, losing a yard at the 47-yard line. Maybe the Cardinals go for it. 4th down and 2, though, because of a loss of 1 on the play. Let's see what Cliff does.
Well, this would be interesting right here, just under the 2-minute mark, right?
They're going for it.
They're going for it. Wow. Why not go out there, see if you can't draw them off sides, maybe? Maybe that's what they're going to go with.
Clock
maybe
is
they're going to run it.
Clock is stopped because Murray went out of bounds. So if you don't get it, you're giving the ball to Seattle at midfield with 2 timeouts. And the clock would stop on a change of possession. 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. 4th and 2 at the 47 of Seattle.
I'm punting it.
Shotgun snap, Murray back to pass. Looking, throws to the left, wide open is Cooper, and makes an incredible catch at the 33-yard line for a first down. The pass was thrown behind him, and he still reached out for it and snagged it.
You gotta be kidding me. What a great read by Kyler Murray right there. Nice protection for him as well, standing tall in the pocket. But that was all Pharaoh Cooper with an unbelievable catch.
First down to the 33, snap to Kyler Murray from the pocket, throws over the middle to Fitz, caught at the 25 and down to the 20-yard line. First down, gain of about 11. Clock is at 1:15 and counting. Cardinals can save their timeouts here, let the clock run, take their time.
Well, it looked like robber coverage right there, man across the board with a free hitter down low.
Cardinals lead by a touchdown, a minute to go in the half. First down to the 22 of Seattle. 4 receivers set. Shotgun snap to Murray. It's a quarterback draw straight ahead, and then Murray slides down to the 21-yard line. Now they got to use a timeout. Stopping the clock with 47 seconds left. They'll have one timeout to go.
You can see Ken Norton Jr., the defensive coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks. This is a guy that loves to play Pete Carroll football. One of the hallmarks of a Pete Carroll defense is once you cross their 25-yard line, look out.
Checking with Paul.
Seahawks have other problems at running back. C.J. Prosise went to the locker room with a wrist injury. Chris Carson went into the tent with an ankle injury. He came out limping. Right now, their only healthy running back, and maybe their only option in the second half, is 6th-round rookie out of Miami, Travis Homer, the 3rd-string running back.
And he's been the kickoff guy a couple times so far in this game. 2nd and 9 for the Cardinals on the Seattle 21. They lead 14-7 over the Seahawks. 47 seconds to go in the half. 4 receivers right. Demir Bird wide left. Shotgun snap to Murray. Quick throw on a slant over the middle. Caught by Bird at the 15 and down to the 10. Tackled there. First down. Cardinals have a timeout. Cliff is going to call it, stopping the clock with 37 seconds to go. Looked like the clock operator here in Seattle let the clock run a couple seconds after Cliff called the timeout and the whistle blew. We'll see if they add any time.
You have got to be kidding me. You had 4 receivers to the right and honestly had one guy out there, maybe 2. Bobby Wagner motioned out late on a quad formation to the right. I thought for sure Kyler Murray was going to check out and actually throw the wide receiver screen to Kenyon Drake behind 3 wide receivers, and yet he had Demir Bird matched up on the backside away from that quad formation, and he hit him on the slant. We have seen that play before, and we've seen it to Demir Bird as well.
So the Cardinals out of timeouts. They do add 3 seconds onto the clock. 40 seconds to go in the half. 14-7 Arizona. Would be enormous if the Cardinals could get a touchdown. The Seahawks will get the ball to start the second half. Bird wide left, 3 receivers right. Murray in shotgun takes the snap and hands it off to Drake running right. And Drake trying to get out of bounds. He does as he's drilled on the far sideline of the 8-yard line by McDougal. So the clock stopped with 35 seconds to go. And it's going to be 2nd down and goal from the 8-yard line. Drake is hurt. Kenyon Drake is down out of bounds on the far sideline.
Oh, my goodness. He's tapping that foot, man. Let's hope he's okay.
Their 4th timeout. Since the clock was not running, there is no 10-second runoff.
No 10-second runoff because it was not an injury that stopped the clock. The clock was already stopped as the training staff rolls Kenyon Drake over onto his back and checks him out. 80-yard touchdown run for Kenyon Drake today. Cardinals lead 14-7, 35 seconds to go. David Johnson is in the game now at running back. Drake is up, though, and trying to walk it off. So it was a low tackle by McDougal. And Drake doing some light jogging and stretching. Hopefully he's all right.
Yeah, right there. He got rolled up by McDougal on that tackle. As you said, it looks like it's his left knee that might be bothering him. Hopefully he's going to be able to walk that thing off, as you said.
Cardinals lead by touchdown. Can they add to this advantage here in the final seconds of the first half? 35 seconds to go. Second and goal on the 8-yard line. Johnson in the game at running back. We've only seen him in the backfield a couple times today. Two receivers to either side of the formation. Shotgun set for Murray. Snap to Murray and dumps it off to Johnson on a swing pass to the right. Caught at the 10, cuts left to the 5 and stood up at the 4-yard line. Cardinals got to get up there. Clock is at 24 seconds and counting. It's third down and goal from about the 4. They got to get up there and run a play here. And now they stop the clock momentarily with 22 seconds left. Seattle call a timeout?
Seattle, their second.
Why did Seattle call a timeout?
I have no idea what Pete Carroll is doing right now. I thought maybe they had the punt. They went ahead and punted that thing quickly because they thought maybe we could get the ball back and score some points. But why they're calling a timeout here to help the Cardinals?
With 27 seconds, I mean, the Cardinals are in a hurry. They have to get up there and snap the ball.
It had to be a substitution issue. It had to be. They were messed up.
So the Cardinals have plenty of time now to talk about what exactly they want to accomplish here on third down and goal at the 4.
By the way, I love the way David Johnson stoked it. Made a man miss, went north, and jammed it in there.
They go 4 wide to the right, and Fitz by himself wide to the left on third and goal at the 4-yard line. Well, we see a fade here to Fitz. Murray in shotgun, 27 seconds to go in the half. 14-7 Arizona. Murray looking left all the way, takes the snap, fires to Fitz, left side, back shoulder throw. He got it. Touchdown. Larry Fitzgerald, his second touchdown of the quarter. And with 23 seconds to go in the half, the Cardinals up their lead to 20-7.
Oh my goodness, what incredible job by Larry Fitzgerald and Kyler Murray executing nothing more than the back shoulder fade. It was a line drive fade to Larry Fitzgerald, and he caught that ball incredibly with one hand. Larry pulled it down.
Wow, the ball was on his fingertips. He brought it to the ground. It did touch the ground, but it didn't look like he ever lost control.
That is incredible.
They're going to review this, but it can hit the ground as long as you do not lose control. And the fact that it was ruled a touchdown in the field means they have to have conclusive video evidence to say otherwise.
David, you might as well take the other 20 players and forget it. That was all Kyler Murray and Larry Fitzgerald. In practice, that's what they work on.
Maybe the best quarter of the season for the Cardinals. Sacks of Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray touchdown passes, big hits on special teams. And let's get the ruling here. It's taken an awfully long time for Bradley Rogers to look at this, making me nervous. Because once you see guys writing stuff down, that usually means they're changing the call.
They got the extra point field goal.
After review, the ruling on the field is that after review, it's been determined that he did not complete the pass. It's an incomplete pass. Ball's returned to the 4-yard line, and it's 4th and goal.
Wow. That's a huge overturn. I just did not think that there was enough evidence beyond a shadow of a doubt to say Fitz didn't catch that ball. I mean, even Larry's shaking his head over there.
Wow, I am absolutely stunned. They overturned that call. It's so typical Larry, though. For whatever reason, he gets no grace whatsoever.
So
that is a catch.
It's going to be a field goal try of 22 yards for Zane Gonzalez to extend the lead. It's 14-7 with 25 seconds to go. That was big, though, that overturn. Snap, spot, kick is up. It's good. So the Cardinals extend the lead nonetheless, but it's a 10-point game. 22 seconds left in the half. And again, the Seahawks will get the ball to start the third quarter.
Look, they're still going to go in knowing they played maybe the best half of football they've played all year long. And I'm including the very beginning, because that to me was so impressive. The fact they overcame a 3-and-out offensively and then allowed the Seahawks to go right down the field, score a touchdown. They overcame all that to play probably their best half of the season. on the road against a playoff team, might be the number 1 seed in the NFC.
Yep. Just shows that maybe the Cardinals aren't as far away as many think. They obviously have some work to do on defense and adding talent to that side of the ball, but they have the most important position taken care of, and that's quarterback. I don't think there's any question Kyler Murray, with no defense most of the year, continues to improve and excel. Kickoff will be a touchback, and Seattle will have 22 seconds and the ball on its 25-yard line with 1 timeout remaining.
So right now you got to finish this half. Finish. And anytime you're talking about finishing halves or finishing games, you look to your best players to finish for you.
Seattle's going to spread it out here, and Travis Homer is in the game and running back with the Procise injury out for the game, and we'll see whether Carson comes back. First down for Seattle on the 25. Snap to Wilson. Drop straight back to throw. Pressure coming from Jones. Almost got him again. Wilson's pass far side is incomplete at the 30-yard line, stopping the clock with 16 seconds to go.
I would imagine at this point in time, they're just going to go out and run the ball right here. And this half, I would imagine. Maybe not.
So they put a couple seconds on the clock. 18 seconds to go. 2nd and 10 on the Seahawk 25. Empty set here. 4 receivers, so they're not going to run the ball. Wilson throws a screen to the right to Homer. Caught at the 25 and slammed down to the ground at the 23 by Hicks. And that's the final play of the first half. Arizona 17, Seattle 7. And the Cardinals will kick it off to the Seahawks when we start the second half on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Get free checking and more with Desert Financial. There are no fees, no minimum balance, and you get more. Like an annual bonus, and more. Like cash back, and more. Like mobile apps, and more. Like voice banking, and more. You support the community. Life is busy. You have your hands full. But with Desert Financial, they're full of cash, convenience, community, and more. Make the switch today at desertfinancial.com/more.
Whether you're into being a part of this or more of something like this, SeatGeek has the tickets to the events in Arizona that you love. It's the easiest way to find, buy, and sell tickets. Plus, with their buyer guarantee, you'll get 100% of your money back or better from any event that's canceled. So the next time you're craving this, download the SeatGeek app and let's go. SeatGeek.
Drowning can happen in the blink of an eye. So always be watchful around water. Assign an adult to have eyes on anyone near water, at any time, inside or out. Let's be water safe together. SRP cares about your safety as much as we do about bringing water to the valley. See more water safety tips at srpnet.com/watersafe.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals Radio Network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
The Arizona Cardinals lead 17-7 as we get ready to start the second half. Kyler Murray, a quarterback rating of 100.5. He had a touchdown pass to Larry Fitzgerald in that first half. 147 rushing yards for the Cardinals, 80 on one play by Kenyon Drake. Seattle was held to 73, still 5.5 yards a carry, but it seemed like the defense did a pretty good job in that first half. Chandler Jones with 3 sacks. So Chandler Jones the last 3 years has it. Mark Dalton tweeted this out, 48 sacks. That's the most in a 3-year span since J.J. Watt had 48.5 from 2013 to 2015. J.J. Watt, 2 out of those 3 years, was the NFL Defensive Player of the Year. So think of the kind of numbers that Chandler Jones is putting up right now.
No doubt about it, David. You're talking about one of the best edge rushers, if not the best edge rushers in the game.
After the kick, we'll get Paul in here. The Cardinals are going to boot it to Seattle to start the second half. Seahawks, win or lose, still need to beat San Francisco next week to win the NFC West, but seeding potentially on the line if the Seahawks were to lose this game. And the Cardinals, of course, trying to get their 5th win of the season. Kickoff right to left is popped up into the air and fielded about a yard deep in the end zone by Homer. He's going to run it out to the 10. Check that, it's Lockett, because Homer has to play running back now, and Lockett is knocked out of bounds on the far sideline at the 16. Good coverage by the Cardinals. No Bull Sideline Report brought to you by Earnhardt Ford and Chandler, proud partner of the Cardinals. No Bull. Here's Paul.
The best news at halftime just happened moments ago. You had Kenyon Drake sprinting up and down the white stripe of the sideline, and when I looked at him, he gave me a thumbs up. So hopefully that is good news. As for the offense and what Cliff Kingsbury liked coming off the field, he said we protected the ball well, we stayed on schedule, no negative plays. You got to do that against these guys. And yes, he said they did make adjustments after that opening touchdown drive by Seattle.
And here's a run play to Homer off the left side. Got a big hole out to the 30-yard line. Lowers the shoulder on Budda Baker and out of bounds at the 31. So a 14-yard gain. Chris Carson banged up. C.J. Procise banged up. And so Homer, the rookie, with a nice carry of 17 yards.
Well, there it is again to the open side. They love running the tackle zone away from a tight end, where there is no tight end or wide receiver often. The open side, they love that play right there. Well executed by Seattle.
George Fant was lined up as a fullback. Now he's standing up just off the line to the right. So 6 offensive linemen technically on the field. First down at the 34. Play fake for Wilson. Fires over the middle, and it's dropped at the 46-yard line by Metcalf. The first target of Metcalf, as Patrick Peterson has been blanketing him throughout the game.
Yeah, trying to hit DK Metcalf on that 4 route. That's the in route where you hook it up, button it up at the top, 10 to 12 yards, then come back towards the ball. The 4 route was a good throw. A little low, but should have caught it.
Yep, neither Metcalf nor Lockett with a catch, and I think that was the first target for either guy. 2nd and 10 on the 34-yard line of Seattle. Shotgun snap to Wilson. 3-step drop. Tries to dump it off to his left, and the pass is batted down by Byron Murphy, who was in the face of Russell Wilson, jumped up into the air and knocked it down. 14-14 to go in the third. 10-point Arizona lead.
Boy, how about that? You walk down Byron Murphy, who lined up in the slot. Really did not disguise the fact that he was going to actually come. Then went up and batted that thing down. That is well done by a guy that doesn't blitz a lot. To play that play and play it the way that he did, that's big time.
Seattle has not converted on 3rd down today. 0 for 5. This is 3rd and 10 on the 34. Trips to the right of Wilson, single receiver left, shotgun snap, pressure up the middle, pass downfield over the middle, caught first down by Moore into Cardinal territory. Then he fumbles the ball. It's loose on the far side of the 38-yard line, and it looks like the Cardinals have it. They do. It's Cardinal ball. Jordan Hicks covers it up. Hollister trying to rip it away at the 36-yard line of Arizona, but Hicks comes out of there with it.
Wow, that is a big-time play right there. A ball-hawking Arizona Cardinals defense.
Meanwhile, Hassan Reddick is shaken up. He made the play. Either him or Chandler Jones forced the fumble. Hard to tell. Both guys hit the receiver, David Moore, and then Jordan Hicks able to recover it. Definitely in bounds. It'll be Cardinal ball.
Boy, that was a great read and a great throw by Russell Wilson to David Moore. But an even better play by the Arizona Cardinals.
The Cardinals with a takeaway after David Moore makes the catch. And Arizona with a 17-7 lead, 14:04 to play in the third. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Cardinals on their 36-yard line.
Well, you can see right here the Seahawks defense. They're trying to get the 12s into this thing, get them fired up, because they're not fired up. They have not played very well here today. They're trying to fire themselves up.
Kenyon Drake is back on the field. He is the lone setback on 1st down at the 36. Murray under center. Play fake. Murray sets up, fires to the left. It's caught in Seahawk territory at the 45-yard line by Arnold, and he's brought down at the 44. So Arnold, who had the touchdown last week, a gain of about 20 here.
Baltimore Ravens offense right there, David. That's what I'm talking about. 12 personnel, one back, two tights, play action, and then throw the strike down the middle of the field to a tight end.
First down at the Seattle 44. Two tight ends in the game. Again, two receivers right. Shotgun snap, Murray. Going to hand it off to Drake off the left side. Breaks a tackle 40, near side 35, inside the 30, and steps out of bounds at the 29-yard line. A 15-yard run for Drake.
So what do? You come back with a counter to Kenyon Drake. You just use play action off of that counter. You come back to it, and you run the counter. This time, J.R. Sweezy gets the kick-out block, and then a stiff arm by Kenyon Drake. Man, I'll tell you what. This offense is humming right now.
First down at the 29. They go with three tight ends here. Drake, the back under center. Murray takes and gives. Off the right side, Drake able to steps through an ankle tackle at the 35, get to the 30 and brought down there. So he loses a yard, but it could have been much worse. Could have lost 6, but able to get away from one tackler in the backfield.
Boy, how about this adjustment here in the second half? Three tight ends. Use of the tight end. Boy, this is a little bit different than what we've seen in that first half here. A nice little adjustment by Cliff Kingsbury.
2nd and 12 at the 31 of Seattle. 2.5 minutes into the third. The Cardinals lead by 10. Trips to the left of Murray. Out of the shotgun this time. Has the football, drops back to pass. Looking, steps up, fires deep, far side for Arnold, and threw it out of bounds inside the 10-yard line with King in coverage. So it'll be 3rd down and 12. David Johnson was in the game that time, lined up at receiver.
Right there, zone cover being played by the Seattle Seahawks on a 4-man rush. Got to give this guy protection. Give Kyler time to survey the secondary, and he's going to make a strike.
3rd and 12 on the 31 of Seattle. It would be about a 49-yard field goal try for Zane Gonzalez from here. 3 receivers to the far side. Murray takes the shotgun snap, 4-man rush for the Seahawks. Murray steps up, running left at the 30-yard line and heads out of bounds inside the 30, about the 27. He picked up 4. It'll make it a little bit shorter field goal for Gonzalez. About a 45-yard attempt. 3 minutes into the third. 10-point lead for now for Arizona.
But you can see it right now. Ken Norton Jr. wants to play zone, and it's all because of Kyler Murray's ability to pull that ball down. How about that? A little quid pro quo. Something the Cardinals have seen from Russell Wilson for so many years. Now all of a sudden the Seahawks have to worry about that.
Gonzalez made a 22-yarder in the second quarter after they overturned a Larry Fitzgerald touchdown. This is a 46-yard attempt for Gonzalez. Snap, ball is down. The kick is on the way, and the kick is good. Zane Gonzalez continues to be a bright spot for the Cardinals this year. He extends the lead to 13 after the Chandler Jones forced fumble. 20-7 Arizona. 11:36 to play in the third on the Cardinals Radio Network.
We're facing some great odds during the pandemic, but guess what? We've never had a team like this. The Cardinals and Cigna are with you, Arizona, from the front lines to your backyards, sponsoring blood drives at the stadium, offering physical, financial, and emotional support when you need it. Because you're part of our team, and our team can make history. The Cardinals, Cigna, and you. All Cigna products and services are provided exclusively by or through operating subsidiaries of Cigna Corporation, including Cigna Health and Life Insurance Company or its affiliates.
Although we've had to close our doors for a short period, this time has been spent wisely. We've been planning a safe and exciting homecoming for our guests. Now we are officially open and ready to celebrate the fun and authentic vibe of Gila River. Because we are stronger together. See you soon, Phoenix. Gila River Hotels and Casinos, now open. For more information, visit playathila.com.
Shop Albertsons Safeway for all your grocery needs. Looking for a quick dinner? Try our hand-breaded fried chicken. Add a salad for the perfect game plan to an easy meal. Stop by our meat department for additional meal ideas. Our butchers will happily custom cut your meat to order. Don't forget to pick up one of our delicious cakes for dessert. At Albertsons and Safeway, we believe in low prices and local values. Proudly serving Arizona since 1928, we are proud sponsors of the Arizona Cardinals.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM. Arizona sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals radio network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
Checking with Paul.
Well, Brett Hundley is taking snaps from A.Q. Shipley after Kyler Murray hobbled to the sideline and then was being tended to by the trainer, Tom Reed, who spoke with Kyler and then immediately went to the head coach, Cliff Kingsbury, and that's when Brett Hundley got up. And Kyler's trying to walk it off now, sort of shaking his head no. And he spent a good portion of sitting down while talking to Tom Reed with his head in his hands. So not a lot of encouraging signs right now about the status of the starting quarterback.
And Paul Hundley just grabbed his helmet. Kyler Murray has not missed any time this year due to injury. Cardinals obviously are going to be really careful with Kyler, even if he tells them he's fine. We'll see what happens. Seattle's going to have the ball, so there is some time. 11:36 on the clock in the third. Cardinals lead 20-7. 20 unanswered points after that 89-yard drive to start the game by Seattle. Kickoff right to left, taken about a yard deep. And Lockett will take a knee. It'll come out to the 25.
It's just weird. You don't see Hundley up and throwing.
He did grab his helmet, though.
Yeah, I'm just saying he's got his cap on.
But he was throwing earlier, and just looking at the replay here, it's really hard to tell when it happened for Kyler Murray. They're showing replays of it. I mean, he's standing up. He doesn't seem to be in pain. He stood up and then he sat back down. First and 10 for the Seahawks on their 25. 3 receivers set, 2 right, 1 left. Wilson in shotgun has the football. Short set, looking over the middle. Kind of a jump pass to Homer out of the backfield over the middle. Caught at the 30, out to the 34. It's a 9-yard pickup.
Well, you had man free being played, free safety in the middle of the field, man across the board, and as we've seen all game, 4-man rush. Boy, that is the one thing about today. Vance Joseph said we can get home with 4.
2nd and 1. Russell Wilson trips, and down he goes back at the 30-yard line. Looked like he tripped over the center, and there was touchdown at the 30-yard line by Karan Reed, so a negative play there. It was 2nd and 1. Now it's 3rd and 5 after a 4-yard loss.
Well, you know what? The tight splits right there, you know who it was? It was Mike Iupati. Mike Iupati, by the way, is legendary for that as well. He's such a big dude, has massive feet. I don't know if you've ever looked at Mike Iupati's feet, but they're absolutely snowshoes.
It's a big loss. 3rd down and 5. 10-minute mark, third quarter. Cardinals lead by 13. 3 receivers set, 2 left, 1 right. Wilson in shotgun with Homer in the backfield. Wilson 5-step drop, climbs the pocket. Now moves to his right. Cardinals chase him. Wilson throws near side, incomplete. At the 50-yard line, intended for Lockett. Chandler Jones had pressure again on Russell Wilson. It is 4th down.
Boy, it looked like Hassan Reddick got some pressure as well. Once again, 6 guys standing on the line of scrimmage. A 4-man rush. Hassan Reddick coming from Wilson's right. And then Chandler Jones runs him down from the backside. Man, Chandler showing some wheels.
And it looks like it's going to be Brett Hundley. Kyler Murray is still standing next to Tom Reed while Brett Hundley warms up on the sideline. Here's the punt. Cooper fields it on the 28, and he's wrapped up there and brought down. All right, let's get the injury update on Kyler Murray. Here's Paul.
Yeah, I'm standing about 10 feet from Kyler. He's walking around. He's definitely frustrated. He's a competitor first. His return is considered questionable with a hamstring injury. As Brett Hundley spent some time with Cliff Kingsbury as they looked over the laminated play sheet together. He had a few practice throws. He's out there, and he knows this venue. Former Seahawk, Brett Hundley, he knows this defense and the scheme. Curious to see how he goes. But right now, Kyler's still standing next to the trainer, and doesn't appear he's likely to go in.
Okay, thanks, Paul. We'll see how different the offense is with Brett Hundley in the game. First year with the Cardinals. He's lined up in the pistol. And now it comes to the center. 10-minute mark here, third quarter, 20-7, Arizona in front of Seattle. 2 tight ends to the left. Shotgun now for Hundley. 1 receiver right. First down on the 29, and they're going to hand it off to Drake up the middle, and he gets swarmed at the 30-yard line. Only a 1-yard run. The Seahawks were all over that, led by Wagner.
Yeah, 12 personnel again, 2 tight ends. We've seen an awful lot of that. Just running the inside zone, trying to get a snap, I'm sure, for Hundley here.
2nd down and 8 on the 31 of the Cardinals. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right.
Could see a screen here, David.
Hundley in shotgun. Has the football, drops back to throw, and now hands it off to Drake on a draw, and he's slammed to the ground at the 32 after a gain of 1. That was Poona Ford with the big hit on Drake. So it is going to bring up 3rd down and long now.
A little draw play right there to Kenyon Drake. Just trying to get Brett Hundley into some type of, go through the process of calling plays, snap the ball, hand it off. I'm sure they're probably going to go with a high percentage play here.
3rd down and 7 on the 32 of Arizona. 8:50 on the clock on the 3rd. Leading 20-7. 4 receivers in the game. Shotgun snap to Hundley. Drops back to throw. Steps up and is sacked. Take your pick. There are 5 Seahawks back there. Ziggy Ansah, along with Jaron Reed, were there first. And so the Cardinals go 3 and out in Brett Hundley's first series, and they'll have to punt it back to the Seahawks.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what, they came after Brett Hundley immediately. 6 guys lined up on the line of scrimmage, and they brought all 6. One of them hugged up, and the one that hugged up made the sack.
This is where you really need your punter. Andy Lee has had a couple of bad ones in this game. He's got it on his 15-yard line and hits a decent kick high in the air, fielded on the 30 by Moore. Runs up the middle to the 35, breaks a tackle up to the 40, still going 45. There is a penalty marker down back at the 25. Moore is brought down at the 46, but it's a likely comeback, and it'll be a spot foul from the 28 or 27-yard line of Seattle.
Well, I'll tell you, Washington did a great job. The gunner coming down, forcing the issue. So much of the time, being good on teams means trying.
Block in the back. Return team number 28. It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down, Seattle.
So 7:57 to go in the 3rd. 20-7 Arizona leads on the Cardinals radio network.
Janet's doing it, so is Fred. Bonnie's all over it. Same with Omar. Tim's been at it since February of last year. Corey started the year before that. And guess what? They're all saving by doing so. What's that? Well, the doing part? Why, they're using the Drive Safe and Save app from State Farm. And they're saving up to 30% and more on their auto insurance. How about you? You ready to get at it and save? Contact a State Farm agent about our surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Discounts may vary. Not available in California, Massachusetts, New York, or Rhode Island.
Healthy hearts love longer. They let you be there for all of life's most precious moments, big and small. That's why the expert cardiologists at Dignity Health never miss a beat. They work alongside a cardiology care team to guide you through whatever comes your way. It's our job to keep your heart in tip-top shape so you can be there for whatever greatness comes next. Find your doctor today at dignityhealth.org/heart. Dignity Health. Hello, human kindness.
Bring on the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event. You'll find great deals on SUVs and sedans, with more IIHS Top Safety Awards than Honda or Toyota brands when equipped with optional front crash prevention and specific headlights. Hurry into the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event.
Right now, get a Tucson or Santa Fe for 0% APR for 72 months, plus no payments for 90 days. See your Valley Hyundai dealer today. Proud partner of the Arizona Cardinals. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Call 480-500-7931 for complete offer details.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals radio network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
Stay connected with the Cardinals. Download the free Cardinals mobile app for Apple and Android by going to azcardinals.com/app. Dave Pasch, Ron Wolfley, Paul Calvisi on the field. Cardinals lead 20-7, trying to get their 2nd straight win and improve to 5-9-1 before they wrap up the regular season in Los Angeles against the Rams a week from today. Kyler Murray questionable to return with a hamstring injury. Brett Hundley was on the field the last possession. The Cardinals went 3 and out and punted it back to the Seahawks. 7:57 to go in 3rd quarter.
Yeah, those hammies, David, those things are touchy muscles. Boy, I cannot tell you how many times I've had a trainer up on the training table digging his knee into my ham.
First down on the Seahawks 25. Homer is the running back. 2 injuries at that position for Seattle today. Buda Baker comes down into the box, so 8 men up front for the Cardinals, and they run Homer off the left side across the 25 and out to the 30. That was well executed, a gain of 5 or 6 before Hicks on the wrap-up.
All they were doing right there was running the inside zone. Just coming back to the left of Russell Wilson. Homer made a nice cutback with that trips formation blocking behind him to cut off the wall.
2nd and 4 on the Seattle 31 with 2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun formation for Wilson. Snap to Wilson, and they run Homer off the right side. Nowhere to go. Brought down to the 30-yard line. And Joe Walker was the first guy there. Hassan Reddick cleaned him up at the 30-yard line. So it's going to bring up 3rd down as we're at the 7-minute mark here in the 3rd.
How about that? A little rundown. Bringing down Joe Walker. Shooting a gap. Coming on the snap of the ball to make that play.
Seattle is 0 for 7 on 3rd down. 3rd and 5 on the Seahawk 30. 3 receivers set. Shotgun snap to Wilson. Half roll to the right. Dumps it off near side. Caught by Homer at the 30. He gets tattooed at the 32 by Marsh and Baker and Walker. It is 4th down at about 2. And the Cardinals have forced another punt. The Seahawks are 0 for 8 on 3rd down.
Buda Baker. Buda Baker. Unbelievable. Once again came down playing in a zone and came up to make that tackle. And I mean finish that tackle. Buda Baker has had an incredible game here today.
Brett Hundley with his helmet in hand. Looks like he's going to go maybe the rest of the game the way this thing's going. Farrell Cooper with a fair catch on the punt at the 28. Kyler Murray still seated on the far sideline on the bench. Patrick Peterson is next to him. A hamstring injury for Murray, so it may be Hundley's show. Try to hold down the fort here. 20-7 Cardinals lead with 6:07 to go in the 3rd. Boy, the defense has been great today. Save that one drive. They've been outstanding.
Absolutely, David. And I think a lot of it had to do with just technique, of course, but so much of the time, effort and intensity, dare I say rage, is a good thing when you play this game.
Give Vance Joseph a lot of credit. Hasn't had a ton to work with at times this year and has put together an excellent game plan today. 1st and 10 on the Cardinal 28. Back to pass goes Hundley. A short pass to the right on a screen. Caught at the 25 by Drake. Up to the 30 and then pushed back at the 31-yard line by Wagner. There is a penalty marker down in the backfield.
Roughing the passer. Number 79, defense. 15-yard penalty, and automatic first down.
So Monet drilled Brett Hundley after he released the pass. Yeah, he took 4 steps. It's an obvious penalty flag. They'll usually give you 2, not 4.
Well, he's got little strides. That's what he'd say. He'd argue with you, David. You kidding me? I got a 6-inch stride.
So
little feet.
First down via penalty puts the ball on the Cardinal 46. 5.5 to go. They lead by 13. Pistol set for Hundley. 2 receivers to his left. Drake in the backfield. Hundley going to hand it off on a draw up the middle. And Drake skips to his left at the 50 and to the Seattle 49 for about 5 yards. Good play on first down. That keeps the clock moving.
Oh, I love that right there. There it is. 12 personnel, and you run the counter OF. Down blocks to the right of Brett Hundley. And then you pull the uncovered lineman, and then here comes your tight end leading up through the hole. Well executed once again. And we've seen the Cardinals actually throw some play action passes off of that run action. We might see it here again.
2nd and 5 at the 49 of Seattle. Hundley under center this time. Drake is the lone back. Hundley takes, hands it off. Drake off left tackle. And he's down to the 44, close to a first down, pending the spot. Actually, the line judge on the near side is going to mark him short at the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and 1 with 4.5 to go in the third. 20-7 Cardinals.
Boy, I love this right here. 12 personnel once again. 12 personnel. 1 back, 2 tights. You're just running the tackle zone. That's it. Well executed. You get 4 yards. Put yourself in a 3rd and short situation.
Christian Kirk is lined up right next to the line to the right. Hundley in the pistol. 3rd down and a yard at the 45 of Seattle. They run it up the middle to Drake. Breaks a tackle, and it's going to be close. It looks like he got it at the 43-yard line. He ran into the pile, had nowhere to go, but kept the feet moving, moved to his left while he was doing it, and moved the chains as well to the 43.
Just running the inside zone play right there. And Kenyon Drake just refused not to convert. Kept the legs churning. That was all Kenyon Drake.
1st and 10 on the 43 of Seattle. 3.5 to go in the third. Cardinals by 13. Shotgun snap. Hundley's going to pass and dumps it off over the middle to Drake. Caught at the 40-yard line and brought down at the 38. So either Hundley taking what the defense is giving him, or they just want to get him in a rhythm and they're just saying, don't make a mistake. Just dump it off right away and get 5 yards.
What I love about this, it's been all 12 personnel. 1 back, 2 tights. They've got into 12 personnel and said, this is the offense we are going to run for Brett Hundley.
2nd and 4 at the 37 of Seattle after that 6-yard pass play. 2 receivers to Hundley's left. Drake is in the backfield with Hundley. Kirk motions left to right. Snap to Hundley, and he's going to run it off the right side himself at the 35, and he dives head first for the 1st down at the 30-yard line. He can't go down with an injury. They don't have anybody else, but it is a 1st down and a gain of about 7 that time.
Well, how about that? Brett Hundley got up after running the zone read. That's what it was, with a little eye candy with Andy Isabella on the speed motion across. Just ran the zone read, and did you see Brett Hundley when he got off? He got up and said, yeah! 1st down, baby.
Clock is at 2:20 to go in the third. The Cardinals 20, the Seahawks 7. 1st down for Arizona on the Seahawks 31. It's a great drive here by the Cardinals. 2 receivers to the left of Hundley. They run it to the right to Drake inside the 30 and down to the 27. Another 4-yard pickup on the ground for Kenyon Drake.
The exact same thing. Another counter OF. Justin Pugh with a kick-out block. Here comes the tight end. Up through the hole, give the ball to Kenyon Drake, rips it again for 4 yards. I mean, this is embarrassing right now. This is a bludgeoning at the point of attack.
Drake's got 141 rushing yards. 80 of those came on that touchdown to tie the game, and it's been all Cardinals since. They lead 20-7, 90 seconds to go in the third. 2nd and 5 in the Seattle 26. Snap to Hundley. Play action pass, looks right, throws right to Daniels. He can't come down with a catch. Inside the 15-yard line, it is incomplete at the 10.
Oh, that was well executed as well. Maybe just a tad late on the throw by Brett Hundley. But it looked like Daniels had the opportunity to catch that ball, did it not, David?
Yeah, just looking at the replay, he got pushed as the ball arrived, but should have made the catch. It hit him in the shoulder pads. Good throw by Hundley.
Yeah, little late maybe.
Maybe a little, but still should have been caught. Instead, it's 3rd down and 5 on the 26. Just don't take a sack here because points would force Seattle to score 2 touchdowns and convert twice in 2-point plays. Hundley back to throw, fires over the middle. Kirk dropped the ball right in his chest at the 15-yard line, incomplete. They'll settle for a field goal try.
I do not even believe what I just saw right there. First of all, they come after Hundley, as you would imagine right there. It's picked up nicely by the Cardinals on that 5-man rush. Christian Kirk running the in route. Just flat out dropped it. I can't believe it.
A 45-yard field goal try by Zane Gonzalez, who's made 19 in a row. Made a 46-yarder earlier in the quarter. Snap, ball is down, the kick is on the way, it's blocked, it's loose and scooped up at the 40-yard line. At midfield, at the 40, at the 30, Marquise Blair to the 20 and down to the 15-yard line. A huge turn of events. The blocked field goal returned by Blair all the way to the Cardinal 15 with 1:08 to go in the third.
The snap looked all right. The hold was put down. It looked like they may have gotten some penetration in the A gaps, but maybe Gonzalez did not get the lift he should have gotten.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was a high kick. Rasheem Green blocked it, but it was low.
No.
And
Total penetration, David.
Christian Kirk dropping that ball in third down. He was wide open. That keeps the drive going. The Cardinals maybe score a touchdown. Maybe they put the game away. Instead, Seattle in business on the 16-yard line, 20-7 Arizona. 1:08 to go here in the third quarter.
That's exactly what the Seahawks needed at this point of the game. Crazy Carl just showed up for them.
And Homer is in the game at running back. Wilson under center, 2 receivers to the left. First down to the Cardinals 16. Wilson takes and hands it off. Homer running right. He is grounded at the 19. A 3-yard loss. Corey Peters and Byron Murphy on the tackle. Good pursuit by the Cardinals defense.
Well, they had Big George Fan in there as well, and that's what they love to do. They'll run behind him a lot of the time, as you would imagine. As that 6th offensive lineman, they tried to run that tackle zone behind him and got stuffed.
So it's 2nd and 13 on the 19 after another negative play forced by the Cardinals defense. 30 seconds to go in the quarter. Shotgun snap to Wilson. Looks, fires to the right, caught by Homer at the 15 to the 10 and pushed out of bounds. Nobody was covering Homer, the running back, out of the backfield. Walker finally got him out at the 9, but it's a 10-yard pickup.
Once again, that's what Russell Wilson loves to do. On 2nd and long in those situations, loves to go ahead and actually throw the ball out quickly. Get it out quickly, gain 4, 5, 6 yards, somewhere in that vicinity. Maybe you break a tackle and convert. He likes that on 2nd and long.
3rd down and 3 at the 9. Wilson under center, a bunch formation to his right. Homer is the running back. Wilson takes, turns, gives it, left side. Jordan Hicks with a great play, dropping the running back. Homer for a loss at the 12, a 3-yard loss as the fans here in Seattle are booing right now.
Oh my goodness, what a play by Jordan Hicks. That downhill, Mike Backer, shoot the gap, make the play.
It was a curious call on 3rd and 3 to just make a straight handoff the way the Cardinals have been stuffing the run. And we go to the fourth quarter, 20-7 Arizona on the Cardinals radio network.
Introducing Budweiser Zero. 0% alcohol, 0 grams of sugar, full Budweiser flavor. For all the moments you want a beer and need to stay on your game. Budweiser Zero. 0 alcohol, 0 compromise.
The pandemic has tested you in every way, challenging your mind. But you've shown heart and grit and courage. Your effort and sacrifice are bringing promise and hope. When so many people are working so hard together, we can climb any mountain and win. So thank you, Arizona. Cigna and the Cardinals are with you. All Cigna products and services are provided exclusively by or through operating subsidiaries of Cigna Corporation, including Cigna Health and Life Insurance Company or its affiliates.
Whoever you are, whatever you do, there's a Ford for you. Our 2020 lineup of trucks and SUVs comes with features you need to navigate life with ease. Like the F-150, the best-selling truck for 43 years in a row. Or the Ranger with the toughness of an F-150 and a frame that fits in your garage. If you want safety and luxury, the Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV, is right for you. Your new Ford is waiting at your Desert Ford dealers. Ford, designed for the desert. Based on 1977 to 2019 CY sales. Based on HIS market, 1946 to current U.S. total new cumulative registrations for all vehicles identified as SUVs.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals radio network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
30-yard field goal try by Myers. 20-7 Cardinals. First play of the fourth quarter. Snap, ball down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. So Seattle cuts the deficit to 10. It is 20-10 Arizona. Kyler Murray remains on the bench. That right leg wrapped, hamstring injury, and looks like it's going to be Brett Hundley's show the rest of the way.
David, if you would have told me the Arizona Cardinals defense was going to keep the Seattle Seahawks offense to 10 points through 3 quarters, I would have not believed you, David.
His first points they've given up since that opening possession when Seattle went 89 yards in relative ease.
They looked like they were the veritable juggernaut of the National Football League on that first possession. Huge holes running the ball. Just running the ball right down the field. Anything they wanted. Play action. Throw the ball. Straight drop back. Misdirection. Anything they wanted on that first possession. And since, oh my goodness, it's been a nightmare for the Seahawks.
Jason Myers to kick it away from the 35-yard line. Hits it high into the air. And in the field of play at the 2, Cooper has it there. Runs to the left of the 10 and in trouble at the 15. Able to get out of there and get up to about the 19. Pushed out of bounds on the far sideline at the 19. At some point, Brett Hundley's going to have to make some plays. He did make a really good throw to Christian Kirk. That ball was dropped. A throw to Darrell Daniels that certainly was catchable. Prior to that, he put that on the ground. You got to help your quarterback when your backup's in.
Amen, David. Brett Hundley needs help right here. Let's start with the offensive line and the ability to run the ball.
And the crowd now into it when they're not booing their own team, which has an 11-3 record. 3 receivers set. Kirk in motion right to left. Hundley in the backfield and shotgun. Has the football. Fakes the run. Rolls right. Now a throw back to the left to Drake. Caught at the 15 and gets smashed. The ball comes out, and they're ruling it incomplete. And Drake took a big hit. The ball came out, but they ruled that no one ever had possession. That was Jackson with the hit on Drake, who is still down for the Cardinals.
See, here's the problem right now. The Seattle Seahawks defense, they don't believe Brett Hundley's going to throw the ball down the field. So they're crowding that line of scrimmage. They're looking for a lot of high percentage passes right now. At some point in time, you got to snap it to Hundley and let him throw the ball down the field.
Boy, Drake is still down. He was on his back, then he rolled over on all fours. Now he's on his feet, getting help to the Cardinal sideline. 2nd and 10 on the Cardinal 19. They have a 10-point lead. 17 seconds into the fourth quarter.
Kenyon Drake is a tough dude.
He's been hurt twice in this game. Cardinals had 12 men in the huddle that time. You can hear the crowd here in Seattle. How will Brett Hundley handle it? He's been on the other side when they've been cheering. 2 receivers right. Shotgun formation for Hundley on 2nd and 10. Snap to Hundley. Going to hand it off to David Johnson, who has no running room up the middle. Brought down to the 20, maybe the 21. A gain of 2. L.J. Collier on the stop. It will be 3rd and long. See how the Cardinals handle this. Do they trust Hundley here to throw it to the sticks? Or do they try to set up something high percentage? Another screen? How do you handle this if you're Cliff?
Yeah, right now I got to try to throw something down the field like he did to Christian Kirk. You know, trying to throw the ball horizontally right now. I think the Seahawks are expecting that. They're all over it.
Brett Hundley's got to get him out of this game with a win. Play clock is down to 3. They got to snap it here. And Cliff's going to call a timeout. They snapped the ball. Did the whistle blow? Yeah, they blew the whistle. Okay, it took a second. Some of the players were running around. It's hard to hear here. So 2 timeouts left for the Cardinals.
That's what they were going to do, David. They were looking to throw the ball down the field. And unfortunately, they actually ran some routes.
Right.
And I would imagine Seattle's going to change their defense.
Yeah, there were a couple of Cardinals, again, who couldn't hear the official blow the whistle when Cliff Kingsbury called the timeout, and that's why they ran the routes.
You can see right there Pete Carroll getting some of his DBs together, chatting them up. Probably letting them know, hey, guys, that was a 5-step. They were going to throw that ball down the field.
13:56 to play, 20-10, Arizona. 3rd down and 8 on the Cardinal 21. Bird and Fitz wide to the left. Christian Kirk split to the right, and Brett Hundley in for the injured Kyler Murray in shotgun. David Johnson motions out of the backfield wide to the right. So Hundley's by himself. Snap to Hundley. Here comes the screen to the left to Fitz. Caught at the 20. Running left 25. Got the first down to the 30 and out to the 33. They ran the wide receiver screen. Did you see the giddy up of Larry Fitzgerald after he caught the ball and gained 12 yards?
I cannot believe it. They came back to a wide receiver screen, throwing the ball horizontally, but they came after Brett Hundley. They brought 6. Wow, that is perfectly executed. Larry Fitzgerald hits the Jets in the pants.
Boy,
we haven't seen that since Pitt.
If this is his second to last NFL game, he's had an incredible performance so far in this game. A touchdown that was taken away from him as well. Here's Drake running left on first down to the Cardinal 33. He's to the 36 or 37, so a gain of 3 or 4. 2 minutes gone by in the 4th. The Cardinals with a 10-point lead. We'll see if they milk the clock here, keep running the ball on 2nd down. And they got 4 yards there, so you're at 2nd and 6.
I really like this Dan Arnold. Right there, did you see him? Nice block on the counter OF, getting up the field, moving the linebacker off the ball.
2nd and 6 on the Arizona 37. Kenyon Drake is back in the game behind the quarterback, Hundley, who's in the pistol. 2 receivers in the game. Snap to Hundley, fakes the draw, looks downfield, throws a deep ball near side for Kirk, goes up high, made the catch inside the 40 at the 35-yard line before he's knocked out of bounds. What a great catch by Christian Kirk.
It was a great throw on the fade route to Christian Kirk and a great catch, no doubt about it. I wonder if he got both feet in.
28 yards on the pass play. Pete Carroll is standing right by the official. The Cardinals are over the ball trying to snap it. The official hasn't put the ball down. I think he did not get a second foot down, and they just challenged it. Looked like he got
Seattle
1 foot down.
The ruling on the field of a completed pass. Timeout.
Looked like he got a foot down, and then his hand hit out of bounds before the second foot came down, and this would be overturned.
Even the second foot was out of bounds.
So that would, I think that was 2nd down. We'll have to converse here during the timeout to see what down it's going to be after this is overturned. 12:09 to go in the game. 20-10 Arizona on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Great job by DJ Humphries at the point.
Hi, DJ Humphries of the Arizona Cardinals here. And I know what you're thinking. Why would someone so handsome want to cover up this pretty face? That's usually a normal question, but these are normal times. So when you leave your house, please remember to wash your hands, practice social distancing, and always remember to put on your mask. Because in the fight against COVID-19, we're all on the same team.
This is where the Red Sea can rise up and make a difference.
Bring on the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event. You'll find great deals on SUVs and sedans, with more IIHS Top Safety Awards than Honda or Toyota brands when equipped with optional front crash prevention and specific headlights. Hurry into the Hyundai Epic Summer Sales Event.
Right now, get a Tucson or Santa Fe for 0% APR for 72 months, plus no payments for 90 days. See your Valley Hyundai dealer today. Proud partner of the Arizona Cardinals. Hurry, this offer won't last long. Call 480-500-7931 for complete offer details.
Going for a walk, playing hide and seek with your kids, hiking with your friends. What will you do when you lose the weight? The experts at the Dignity Health Weight Loss Center are ready to help you find the new you, supporting you at every step of your surgical weight loss journey. Learn more at dignityazweightloss.org. Dignity Health, including Mercy Gilbert and St. Joseph's Westgate. Hello, human kindness.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals Radio Network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
Join the Cardinals Kids Club. Your child could be on the field for the coin toss or interview a player as a Little Red Reporter. Go to azcardinals.com/kidsclub. So the ruling on the field of a catch is overturned. Christian Kirk with a drop, and then he couldn't get the second foot down on this play. So it's 3rd and 6 for the Cardinals back at their 37-yard line, leading 20-10 with 12:22 to play in the fourth quarter.
Would you say this is a big play right here? It certainly feels that way, does it not? Man, if you could just convert after the letdown of thinking that Christian Kirk had made a play down the field, this would be huge if the Cardinals can convert here.
Right, because maybe you can take another 3 or 4 minutes off the clock, even if you have to eventually punt. 3rd and 6 on their 37. Fitz is wide to the left. 4 receivers in the game. Drake in the backfield with Hundley. Shotgun snap. Hundley with a 3-step drop. Has time, throws far side, incomplete. Trying for Arnold, no flag. He thought he was interfered with by McDougal, didn't get the call. 4th down.
Well, they're trying to hit Dan Arnold on the drag route across the middle, the deep drag, and there's no doubt about it. It should have been illegal contact.
He had
downfield, some type of holding.
He had his right hand, McDougal did, on the jersey and the hip of Arnold, but the official couldn't see it. It's a savvy play. Should have been a penalty. Andy Lee punting, and he hammers this one deep. Moore backing up. Fields it on his 7-yard line. Moves to his left to the 10. Now back to the right of the 15 to the 20 and up to about the 25-yard line. Decent starting field position for the Seahawks. So 1st and 10 for Seattle on its 25 with 12:04 to go in the game. Homer remains in the game at running back with injuries to Procise and Carson, a 1,200-yard rusher. Wilson back to throw, looks to the left, throws to Lockett, who got it at the 35 and thrown out of bounds by Jones, and here comes flags. Lockett finally caught a ball. Chris Jones has had a nice game, but he just made a mistake there. It's going to give Seattle the ball in Cardinal territory thanks to a 15-yard penalty.
Oh, my goodness, just throwing the 3 route.
After the play, personal foul, defense, number 25. 15-yard penalty added on to the end of the run. 1st down, Seattle.
That's that pivot 3 right there at the top. You run the out route, turn inside like you're going to cut inside, and then go right towards the sideline. Well executed right there, and then Chris Jones just compounded the issue.
1st down to the 48 of Arizona. Wilson in the gun, flanked to his left by Homer. 3 receiver set. Snap to Wilson. Short set, quick throw. Right side, diving attempt by Lockett. And it's incomplete. He trapped it, did not come down with it at the 40-yard line. Now the officials are having a conversation about it.
Wow.
Still conferring, and now they bring in the referee. But again, the ruling on the field was incomplete, and that's how it's going to stay ruled, incomplete.
And as they actually show it on replay here, you could just hear the 12s shut it.
3 receivers right and 1 left. 2nd down and 10 at the 48 of Arizona. Russell Wilson in shotgun. Has the football. Straight drop back screen left. Caught by Homer and tripped up at the 50 by Walker and brought down at the line of scrimmage. So it'll be 3rd down and 10. That was a nice job by Walker out in space, getting enough of Homer to slow him down. He actually lost a yard. It is 3rd and 11.
Yeah, great job by Joe Walker right there, making that open field tackle on that little screen, trying to set it up to the left of Russell Wilson. Again, 4-man rushes. I can't remember the last time the Cardinals brought 5.
3rd and 11 at the 49. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun set. The Seahawks in 4-down territory. Wilson back to pass. Looks over the middle. Fires complete. They don't need a 4th down. It's a 1st down catch by Hollister. Inside the 35, down to the 33-yard line. And so the Seahawks are now in field goal range with 10:40 on the clock in the third, trailing Arizona by 10.
A four-man rush once again, just man-free being played. Hollister left open. Man, that was some type of miscommunication in that man-zone concept.
First third down conversion of the day for Seattle. First down at the 33. Wilson back to pass, blitz coming. It's picked up. Wilson lobs it near side and mistiming his jump was the receiver Turner. It's incomplete. He jumped up into the air and the ball was nowhere near him. He tried to jump again and he couldn't bring it down on the second attempt.
Well, they finally brought 5. A little bit of a fire zone being played right there by Vance Joseph. They brought 5 and dropped off 1 in the zone. And that is the first time they've gone after Russell Wilson a little bit in a long time.
20-10 Cardinals, 10:15 to go in the fourth. 2nd and 10 for the Seahawks on the Arizona 33. Snap to Wilson, quick throw to the left, and it got deflected at the line.
Oh, I can't even believe it.
I think got a piece of it, or was it Chris Jones? I think it was Jones there got a piece of that ball. It's going to be 3rd and 10.
David, they came with double corner blitzes. Both corners rolled off the slot, and that's why Chris Jones got the hand up and knocked it down. They dropped out 2 guys from the interior and brought corner blitzes.
So it's 3rd and 10 with 10:12 to go in the game. Cardinals lead by 10. Ball on the 33 of Arizona. Wilson in shotgun. Back to pass. Pressure coming from Reddick. Russell Wilson throws deep far side. The receiver never saw the ball, and it's incomplete. The receiver, Turner, was still looking back and didn't know the ball got past him. And so it's 4th down, and the Seahawks are going to try a long field goal.
Well, how about that? A little bit of pressure as well. That was some complex pressure and blitz packages being played by Vance Joseph. That time brought 4 in a hug up. But, boy, they're disguising their true intentions. And where those 4 or 5 guys are coming from, they're doing that well.
Myers on for a 51-yard field goal try. Snap, spot, the kick is up. It has plenty of leg, and the kick is good. So Seattle is within a possession now. 20-13 Arizona with 10:02 to go in the fourth quarter.
Well, this defense, it's hard to pick at this defense today. They have really played well here. They've been able to control the line of scrimmage, stop the run, turn the Seattle Seahawks offense one-dimensionally. This is a great showing by Vance Joseph and this Arizona Cardinals defense, baby.
And offensively, you just see the importance of Kyler Murray, right? I mean, Brett Hundley has made a couple of nice throws, but you just don't have the same options. You don't have the same creativity without Kyler Murray in the game because you don't have the consistent threat of the quarterback run. Some of the magic we saw in that touchdown pass to Larry Fitzgerald, that isn't there with the backup quarterback. And so that hinders the Cardinals' chances of closing this game out. But Hundley has made some good throws. There have been 2 drops. One by Kirk, one by Daniels.
Yep. No, you're right about that. Brett Hundley at some point has got to complete a pass down the field. I'm talking about 10 yards down the field, 15 yards down the field.
Because Seattle is assuming the Cardinals are going to run the ball. And
the ball, and they're playing close to the line of scrimmage with all the horizontal passing attack, right? The wide receiver screen, the little dink underneath, the drag route, the crossing route. They're crowding the line of scrimmage. Brett Hundley's got to prove, I can throw this ball down the field. Watch this. Which he can. Christian Kirk, you already mentioned that. He dropped it. Darrell Daniels dropped that ball as well. You can't have that. Get your backup quarterback into a game. You got to go out and play for him.
Kyler Murray got hurt middle of the third quarter, running out of bounds. It's his right hamstring. Don't know the severity. Originally listed as questionable to return, but Brett Hundley has his helmet in his hand again on the Cardinals sideline. Kyler Murray has a hat on and a jacket, so it looks like he's done for the day. His leg's been wrapped. Cardinals finished the regular season at the Rams. Obviously, at this point, you don't want to do anything to take away from off-season health as well for Kyler Murray. So he can do everything he needs to do to make that jump like Lamar Jackson did from year 1 to year 2. Short kickoff. Cooper has it at the 2. Runs right to the 5, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20. And then dropped at about the 22-yard line. Checking with Paul.
You know, it's been drizzling all game, but now it's a little more persistent rain. This is definitely a factor, I think, in the passing game if you're the Arizona Cardinals. And the good news is Brett Hundley spent all of last season up here, so he knows what this Seattle venue's like. He knows what the Seattle weather is like. He definitely knows about the Seattle defense. Both matchups this year, I spent time in the locker room during the week, asked about Seattle's defense. He could talk an hour about what they're trying to do and the scheme and the philosophy. So we'll see. We'll see if maybe, without hardly getting any reps all year in regular season, we'll see if he can put something together.
First down for Hundley at his 22. 9:57 to play in the fourth. 20-13 Arizona. Shotgun snap. Hundley fakes the handoff. Has time in the pocket. Looking. Steps up and lobs it deep near side. Max Williams caught it at the 45 and steps out of bounds near midfield. Great job by Hundley to keep his eyes downfield and complete it for 28 yards.
Well, it all starts with protection. Off of play action once again. 12 personnel, 1 back, 2 tight ends, fake the counter, off of play action, a great pocket. Then he moves out to his right and saw Max Williams down the field. That's what I'm talking about, David, in terms of being able to throw the ball down the field.
Hundley played at UCLA. Had he left early, there was some thought he would have been a first-round pick. He dropped to the middle rounds. When Aaron Rodgers was hurt, he played a ton when he was in Green Bay, so he does have game experience. First down at midfield, they run Drake off the left side, and he's down to the 45 and wrapped up at the 44, 6 yards for Drake, and that keeps this clock moving. We're at 9 minutes and counting here in the fourth. Cardinals lead by 7. They are in Seattle territory.
Just incredible right there, trying to get him on the tackle zone, the outside, the stretch play, whatever you want to call it. Kenyon Drake came out of that scrum. Did you see that, David? A bunch of people, and suddenly came out of there. An incredible run by Kenyon Drake.
A career-high 151 rushing yards after he had a 4-touchdown effort last week. 2nd and 4 at the 44. 8.5 to go. Cardinals by 7. Pistol formation. Snap to Hundley. Give to Drake. Running left again. And Drake stood up at the 42. A 2-yard run. It'll be 3rd and 2 on the 42 of Seattle. The next snap will likely come inside 8 minutes to go.
The Cardinals obviously want to keep this clock ticking. There's no doubt about it. But they also want to attack the Seattle Seahawks where their weakness is. And that has been their ability to stop the run. I wouldn't be surprised to see Cliff Kingsbury, believe it or not, 4-down territory here, run the ball twice more.
Maybe. David Johnson's in the game, and so is Kenyon Drake. Somebody made a mistake. Cardinals got to call timeout. David Johnson came in the game. I don't know that anybody told Kenyon Drake he wasn't supposed to be in, so the Cardinals have to burn one. So they have 1 timeout left, 7:54 to go. Cardinals lead 20-13. Back in a moment on the Cardinals Radio Network.
Although we've had to close our doors for a short period, this time has been spent wisely. We've been planning a safe and exciting homecoming for our guests. Now we are officially open and ready to celebrate the fun and authentic vibe of Gila River. Because we are stronger together. See you soon, Phoenix. Gila River Hotels and Casinos, now open. For more information, visit playathila.com.
Whether you're into being a part of this or more of something like this, SeatGeek has the tickets to the events in Arizona that you love. It's the easiest way to find, buy, and sell tickets. Plus, with their buyer guarantee, you'll get 100% of your money back or better from any event that's canceled. So the next time you're craving this, download the SeatGeek app and let's go. SeatGeek.
Get free checking and more with Desert Financial. There are no fees, no minimum balance, and you get more. Like an annual bonus, and more. Like cash back, and more. Like mobile apps, and more. Like voice banking, and more. You support the community. Life is busy. You have your hands full. But with Desert Financial, they're full of cash, convenience, community, and more. Make the switch today at desertfinancial.com/more.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals Radio Network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
This is where Kyler Murray gives you the threat of the run game, although we saw Brett Hundley run it earlier. 3rd and 2 at the 42 of Seattle. Empty set for Hundley. He's going to throw, drop straight back, steps up, moves to his right. Now he's going to take off and get the first down at the 40, 35, 30, and runs out of play inside the 30-yard line of the 28. What a heads-up play by Hundley, and he gains 14 yards.
David, honestly, I think they were going to do that the entire time unless they got blitz. If they got blitz, sometimes you have to throw it. But a 4-man rush right there, I think Brett Hundley was looking for that the whole time.
That keeps the clock moving, and the Cardinals are in field goal range. They're at the 28 of Seattle with 7.5 to go. They lead by 7, 20-13.
What a huge conversion that is for the Cardinals and Brett Hundley.
They go 4 wide, 2 right, 2 left. Kenyon Drake in the backfield. Play clock at 1. They got to snap it. They do at the last second, and it's a quarterback draw. Hundley, 25, and dives down to the 22. Was that called, or again, did Hundley do that on his own? A 6-yard run.
That looked like a quarterback draw the whole way. Kenyon Drake, no doubt about it, is stalking the linebacker. That was a draw, a quarterback draw the whole way. And if he cuts to the left off of Kenyon Drake's block, he's still running.
David Johnson checks in. He and Kenyon Drake in the game together here. 6.5 to go. Cardinals lead by a touchdown. They have 2nd and 4 on the 22 of Seattle. Kind of a diamond set here with 3 men. Johnson, Drake, and Hundley. Snap to Hundley. Runs into Johnson. A pitch to Kirk on an end around of the 25. Got the first down to the 20 to the 15 and knocked down to the 14. Brett Hundley collided with David Johnson, but was able to keep the play going. Pitched it to Kirk, and he picks up about 8 yards and a first down.
Boy, how about that? Oh, my goodness. You run the pitch reverse right there with David Johnson as your lead blocker out on the edge. David got a block.
This takes the clock inside 6 minutes to go, and you got a fresh set of downs on the 14 of Seattle, leading 20-13. Even a field goal makes it a 2-possession game, so this has been a huge drive. So they want to be smart with the ball here. Under center as Hundley takes the snap, hands it off for Drake, sprinting out to the left, and he got pushed out of bounds. We're outside 5 minutes, though, so the clock will start on the ready for play. But the last few plays, just to get themselves an assured 3 points, really, have been huge.
Yeah, I'd like to see him run the ball a little bit more directly in between the tackles. If you're going to run it so that you're not actually stopping the clock out there. Now, it is ticking right now, but...
Right, but once you get inside 5 minutes, you're right. If you run out of bounds, the clock stops. Keep in mind, too, that Zane Gonzalez's last field goal was blocked. As they line up here for 2nd and 11 at the 15. They lead 20-13 with 5 minutes to go. 3 receivers in the game. Shotgun snap. Hundley's going to throw. Looking to his left, in trouble, gets hit, breaks out of there. Rolling right to the 20, to the 15. Cuts back to the left of the 10. He's at the 5, and he's got the first down as he dives to the 3-yard line. Everybody in the stadium thought he was going to run out of bounds. Instead, it's 1st and goal with 4:45 to go.
Oh, my goodness. Brett Hundley was sacked. I mean, you literally had a Seahawk with his arms around his waist in the pocket, and somehow he got out of that. And then an incredible run by 7.
14 and 12-yard runs for Hundley on this drive. Lines up under center and first and goal. Pitches it to Drake. Running right. Drake is into the end zone for a second touchdown today. His 6th in the last 2 games. And the Cardinals may have just put the Seahawks away with 4:18 to go in the 4th quarter. It is 26-13 with the extra point pending.
Break the huddle, sprint to the line of scrimmage, and run the pitch play to Kenyon Drake. The Seahawks were not set up. They weren't lined up. They had no chance to stop that play.
What a drive engineered by Brett Hundley. We talk so much about not having the same quarterback run threat. Take that back because Hundley made some great plays with his legs on that drive. The extra point by Gonzalez is up. It's good. It is 27-13 with 4:18 to go.
How does that taste? I guarantee you right now, baby. That is big time by Brett Hundley.
How about Kenyon Drake? And this is why they're not giving David Johnson reps. I mean, he was the blocker. He was the fullback on that play. When I say reps, getting touches, because Kenyon Drake has been that good. And, you know, Brett Hundley does have some game experience. Not really the last couple of years, but
this is going to be one sweet. If they can hang on, this is going to be one sweet Christmas coming up.
It would be their 2nd straight win. They would go to 5-9-1. The Seahawks would drop to 11-4. They could still win the division, though, by beating San Francisco next week, but it would do some damage to their hopes of getting the number 1 seed in the NFC. It's going to be a touchback on the kickoff. So Seattle will start its drive on the 25, but they trail by 2 scores with 4:18 to play.
Man, just an incredible bit of domination on the line of scrimmage. It's the best way to say it. The Seahawks have not been able to run the ball the way that they ran it on that first possession. The Cardinals have been able to run the ball. Not just the quarterback pulling it down either.
How about, too, the pass play to Max Williams, 28 yards on that drive to show the Seahawks that they will throw it down the field. Wilson in the gun on first down for the 25. Pressure coming. Wilson steps up to run. He's at the 30 and slides to the 31, a gain of 6.
5-man rush that time. Actually brought some pressure coming after Russell Wilson. And it seems like to me, whenever they bring 5, man, that pressure is in his face right now.
2nd and 4 for Seattle on its 31. Trips left, single receiver right. Russell Wilson takes the shotgun snap, drops back to throw. Looking, fires over the middle. It is caught for a first down at the 47-yard line. And again, it was the tight end Hollister.
Boy, 4-man rush that time. Tampa 2 safeties high, playing heavy over the top with a Mike Backer running down the middle of the field.
Back to pass Wilson, sacked by Chandler Jones. The ball is out, and it's still loose as the Cardinals couldn't scoop it up. Now it's picked up by Seattle on the 30-yard line. Homer out of bounds, losing about 18 yards. But how about Chandler Jones, his 4th sack, 19 on the season, 2 forced fumbles today. As the legend continues, Chandler Jones, one of the most underrated players in football.
They just broke down on the backside of protection. Unbelievable. They had a bunch formation, 3 Cardinals stacked together, the old Rex Ryan stack. And they brought Chandler Jones on the backside on a 5-man rush, and he got home.
3 minutes to go. 2nd and 28, 3:15 on the clock. It stops. 2nd and 28 on the Seattle 29. Wilson back to pass, dumps it off over the middle. Homer to the 35 and wrapped up out of bounds. They stopped the clock with 3:07 to go, but it is 3rd down and about 22.
David, if I was not mistaken, they had Cassius Marsh, Jordan Hicks, and Chandler Jones stacked near each other. 3 guys in a bunch formation. That's what Rex Ryan used to do. Put 3 guys outside of the tackle and have them blitz. Unbelievable.
3rd and 22 on the 35. Wilson back to throw with his team down 2 touchdowns. Throws a deep ball, middle of the field for Lockett, and there's contact. Incomplete, no flag. Contact by Baker just as the ball arrived. Jones was down there in coverage as well. It is 4th and 22, and if the Cardinals can stop the Seahawks here, they're going to win the game. Meanwhile, Budda Baker is shaken up. He's still down.
Come on now, Budda. I think he got a cramp. Right there. Great job. Great job by Jones.
They just threw the challenge flag. Pete Carroll is challenging the ruling on the field of no pass interference. What do you think?
Oh, no, that's clean. There's no way they're going to overturn that.
I don't think so either.
No way they overturn that. I think it's just a desperate situation for Pete Carroll.
Yep. Yeah, you don't, at this point, you know, I mean, the timeout helps you, but it didn't help you that much. So you might as well just throw it. It's close enough where they have to take it seriously and give it several looks. I mean, there was contact, but it looked like it was as the ball arrived rather than really before the ball arrived. And it didn't significantly hinder the receiver. Has to be clear and obvious that it significantly hindered the receiver for them to create pass interference here with the replay.
Playing a form of cover 3, and Budda Baker with a great job getting over there. Wow, has Budda played an inspired game.
The 2 guys that got named Pro Bowlers this week, Chandler Jones and Budda Baker on defense, have had maybe their best games of the year.
Oh, just so perfectly timed by Budda.
Just a little worried because there was contact before the ball arrived, but the question is it clear and obvious that it significantly hindered the receiver? That's the language that they're using on replay of pass interference. There was contact.
After review, the ruling on the field stands.
But not enough.
Seattle is charged 1 timeout, and they have no challenges remaining. It's 4th down.
Okay, so it is 4th down and 22. They lose a timeout, 2:59 to go. Cardinals lead 27-13.
I love that. See, a little bit of consistency right there, right? A little bit of consistency. That's what I want to see. If they're going to keep the OPI, DPI rule around, if they're going to keep that around where you can challenge that thing, you know what? Show me that you're capable of being consistent on a lot of these calls.
So 4th down and 22. The Cardinals back everybody off about 15 to 20 yards. Russell Wilson in shotgun. Got to keep everything in front of you here. Wilson back to pass. Steps up, moves to his right. And now lobs it far side downfield, and it's broken up, incomplete by Chris Jones. The Cardinals take over on downs with 2:50 to go, leading 27-13.
Oh my goodness, who'd have thought it right now? The Arizona Cardinals have come up to CenturyLink Field, and it appears as though they're going to walk out of here beating a team that had the chance to be the #1 seed in the NFL, in the NFC, I should say. Boy, that is awesome. What a great win for Kyler Murray. What a great win for Cliff Kingsbury. And what a great win for the entire organization when you've had the kind of season the Cardinals have had.
Brett Hundley held down the fort, made some plays, and the defense, Vance Joseph's defense, held Seattle to 224 yards. And Chandler Jones, we talked about this at halftime. 245 rushing yards for the Cardinals, by the way. Hundley just hands it off here to Drake, and he's down to about the 30-yard line. See if Pete Carroll calls a timeout here or not. Here's the stat that really stood out. Mark Dalton tweeted this out. There was a 3-year span that J.J. Watt had 48.5 sacks. He won Defensive Player of the Year twice in those 3 years.
Yeah.
The last 3 years, so this was 2013 to 2015. In the latest 3-year span, Chandler Jones has 49 sacks. And he's lucky enough if he gets his name in the paper. I mean, he does not get the recognition of some of the other elite pass rushers, but he should, because no one's got more sacks than him the last 4 years since he became a Cardinal. He is going to the Pro Bowl for the second time as a Cardinal, third time in his career, once with the Patriots. Seattle's got one timeout left, and then they'll be able to stop it with a 2-minute warning. Second and 7 for Arizona on the 31 of Seattle. Drake in the backfield with Hundley. And they'll give it to Drake, running left. A gain of 2 to the 29.
It's been the ability of the Arizona Cardinals to run the ball. That's where it started. And I'm not talking about Kyler Murray or Brett Hundley pulling the ball down and running and scrambling. I'm talking about their ability to control the line of scrimmage and run the ball by handing it off to a running back. Man, how many times have we seen that up here with BA, all the years they came up here and actually got a win running the ball? The Cardinals have done the exact same thing here today. Run the ball.
2-minute warning, 27-13 Arizona on the Cardinals radio network.
Shop Albertsons Safeway for all your grocery needs. Looking for a quick dinner? Try our hand-breaded fried chicken. Add a salad for the perfect game plan to an easy meal. Stop by our meat department for additional meal ideas. Our butchers will happily custom cut your meat to order. Don't forget to pick up one of our delicious cakes for dessert. At Albertsons and Safeway, we believe in low prices and local values. Proudly serving Arizona since 1928, we are proud sponsors of the Arizona Cardinals.
Drowning can happen in the blink of an eye. So always be watchful around water. Assign an adult to have eyes on anyone near water, at any time, inside or out. Let's be water safe together. SRP cares about your safety as much as we do about bringing water to the valley. See more water safety tips at srpnet.com/watersafe.
Whoever you are, whatever you do, there's a Ford for you. Our 2020 lineup of trucks and SUVs comes with features you need to navigate life with ease, like the F-150, the best-selling truck for 43 years in a row, or the Ranger with the toughness of an F-150 and a frame that fits in your garage. If you want safety and luxury, the Explorer, America's all-time best-selling SUV, is right for you. Your new Ford is waiting at your Desert Ford dealers. Ford, designed for the desert. Based on 1977 to 2019 CY sales, based on HIS market, 1946 to current U.S. total new cumulative registrations for all vehicles identified as SUVs.
You're listening to Cardinals Archives on 98.7 FM, Arizona's sports station, and the Arizona Cardinals radio network. Now, back to the action from the 2019 matchup between the Cardinals and Seahawks.
The Cardinals about to win their second straight game and their fifth victory of the season. They lead 27-13, 2 minutes to go. They are at the 29 of Seattle. It's 3rd down and 5. The Seahawks have one timeout remaining. Brett Hundley has played very well since coming on for the injured Kyler Murray midway through the third quarter. He's just going to hand it off here to Drake up the middle. And Drake able to break a tackle, and it looks like he's got the first down to the 24. Seahawks tried to rip the ball out. They could not. And it's a first down.
That's why Kenyon Drake is playing and David Johnson is not. Did you see what happened right there? You handed the ball off to Kenyon Drake, and look at him fight. Kept his legs churning at he gained 3 yards when it looked like he was going down.
And now the Cardinals in victory formation. What a win this is for Arizona. The most complete game of the season by the Cardinals. Hundley under center. Takes the snap, takes a knee. He'll have to do it one more time. And the Cardinals are going to get to 5 wins. Could they get to 6? They're playing a Rams team that has been eliminated from the playoffs next week in L.A. We'll get the latest on Kyler Murray in the postgame. But great job by Brett Hundley to make some plays with his feet. Made a nice throw to Max Williams. A couple other good passes that were dropped. And again, how about Vance Joseph in the defense? They deserve a ton of credit. He's had a lot of injuries. Some guys that haven't panned out, guys that were kicked off the team. And Vance Joseph deserves a game ball today. Brett Hundley takes a knee. The Arizona Cardinals knock off the Seahawks in Seattle 27-13 to get their 5th win of the season. Seattle still has to beat San Francisco next week, and if it does, the Seahawks will win the NFC West, but they might not get home field advantage after what took place today. But what a performance on the road as the Cardinals get the Seahawks at CenturyLink 27-13 on the Cardinals Radio Network.
It's 27-13. Cardinals win at Seattle, and it really wasn't even that close in a lot of ways. Paul Calvisi, Ron Wolfley back with you. Cardinals Archives. And Wolf, for all the numbers in this game, for all the achievements, and we'll get into it, where do you start?
I start, Paulie, with the Arizona Cardinals' ability to run the ball. 2 games in a row where their offense found its stride and ran the ball with a thick brow. The running game looked more and more like Baltimore as the season evolved, and this game was a big part of that. So I'd start there with the offensive line, the beating of that Seattle front 6 and front 7 right there. Kenyon Drake, 24 carries, 166 yards, 2 touchdowns. Kyler Murray as well had 6 carries for 40 yards in this game where he tweaked his hamstring. And Brett Hundley also came into the game, ran the ball very well, ran the offense well, and the Arizona Cardinals won the game. The reason why Brett Hundley is back with the Arizona Cardinals is because of this game, in my opinion.
How about Brett Hundley? Just when you thought he was going to get out of bounds on a couple of those runs, he turns them upfield. He ends up 6 carries for 35 yards. He leads that touchdown drive, 9 plays, 78 yards, and then in one of the most memorable moments of the season, he turns to the bench, Wolf, and he takes a bow after that touchdown drive, and the fellas on the sideline just lost it. Even Cliff Kingsbury smiled as the Cardinals got that. But once again, you know, you talk about this Cardinals team and the run game and everything they did, but they also made Russell Wilson look very pedestrian. Russell Wilson, 16 of 31, $169 through the air, sacked 5 times, 4 times by Chandler Jones.
Yeah, no doubt. Chandler Jones had an incredible game, but Paulie, once again, I just was so impressed with the intensity level of the team overall. Now listen, in the Bruce Arians era, we've seen the Arizona Cardinals go up there and actually dominate the Seattle Seahawks. We've seen them do that, right? We haven't seen that, of course, in 2018 because they lost, but they played well in 2018, but we haven't seen that since. In that Cliff Kingsbury, in his first year, to go up there and actually win this game, that was huge, Paulie. And remember, Seattle had a lot to play for in this game. They were still playing for a bye.
And to me, when I look at last season, and I start with this Seattle win at Seattle, once again, 27-13, I think if nothing else, you sent a message to the division, the most competitive division in the NFL, that guess what? We can compete. Because that wasn't the case the year before. And I think the Cardinals put everyone on notice. They took the Niners to within 2 single-score games. They beat the Seattle Seahawks at their place. They played the Rams tough in Week 17 with a limited Kyler Murray. If nothing else, I think the NFC West at least is on notice about the Arizona Cardinals now.
No doubt, Paulie. And once again, to go up to Seattle and be the more physical team in their building, I have to tell you right now, that was so encouraging. Got us all jacked up. And there was a pinnacle play, by the way. The epitome of that physicality, you already talked about it, was Larry Fitzgerald. And who did he truck, Paul?
I didn't even realize it till after the game. I thought it was some backup safety. No, it was KJ Wright.
Wright.
He lowered the boom and the shoulder pads on KJ Wright and ran right over him into the end zone in pay dirt. And when I brought it up to Larry a little bit later, I mean, he just smiled. He said, well, you know, I was seeing the end zone. I'm seeing the you know how Larry values his touches and his touchdowns at this point in his career.
And yet that was the epitome play of the physicality that I'm talking about. The Arizona Cardinals beat the Seahawks at their own game.
And by the way, how about the game by Chandler Jones? We cited it earlier just to confirm he joined Reggie White and Carl Mecklenburg as the only guys to have a pair of 4 sack games in the same season. He had 4 sacks, 6 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 2 forced fumbles, and 6 quarterback hits. Yes, Chandler Jones was your NFC Defensive Player of the Week after that Cardinals epic win at Seattle.
Just another example of being more physical than their opponent.
And you just hope now that that carries over into the 2020 regular season, to say the least. Tell you what, it's been a lot of fun. Cardinals Archives, reliving the great moments. It makes you remember how fun winning is in the big games,
yes.
How much fun they really are. You know, the playoff games, just the epic finishes, and it really makes you wonder and anticipate what's in store here going forward, especially with Kyler Murray and all the offseason improvements the Arizona Cardinals made. For Ron Wolfley, for Jim Almohandro, I'm Paul Calvisi. This has been Cardinals Archives.
You've been listening to Cardinals Archives, your ticket to classic Cardinals games of the past. Presented by Cigna, proud partner of the Arizona Cardinals.
Kurt Warner isn't in the zone. He is the zone.
Saquon's going to go. Touchdown Cardinals.
Larry Fitzgerald tramps it down their throats.
This has been a presentation of the Arizona Cardinals Football Club and 98.7 FM, Arizona Sports Station.